Reto of Retromation, and welcome to the Reto and Rhaps live stream quarantine here on twitch.tv. How's it going, friend?
Oh, it's going good. Not much has changed here in the old Reto household. That's
I've been thinking that myself as well, which is like I accidentally started my quarantine roughly 3 months early.
Yeah, I've been working at it forever. I think I've been working at it since I went full-time on YouTube.
Damn, probably similar. This is my 93rd day of quarantine. It's usually only supposed to be 14. I'm actually legally obligated at this point to be in the self-isolated quarantine for the next 11 days.
I don't think I'm legally supposed to. It's just like, it just aligns with what I was planning on doing anyways, because Exit the Gungeon came out, so...
Yeah, honestly, no better time for it to have come out.
Yeah, pretty much.
They probably pushed forward the release just to match the fact that people are going to be in quarantine. I mean, clearly.
Yeah. Everybody's mad that they're not releasing Animal Crossing early. And I'm like... I mean, I'm just excited it's coming out. Are you excited for...
Isn't it 1 day from now?
It's, I guess for you, yeah, probably, huh? It is for you, yeah. Lucky you living in the future 1 day closer to Animal Crossing. But Doom,
I'm
Doom
gonna enjoy crossing those animals. I've never played an Animal Crossing in my life.
I know. We did talk about that a little bit. I think you'd like them because it's like, if you like Sims for the like a casual, relaxing reason, there's no reason why you wouldn't like Animal Crossing. It's just that if you wanted to zen out even more. But I
have been looking for zen out games. Recently, my zen out game has been Doom 2016. So maybe I need something a little calmer than that.
See, there's something about like the flow state of a game like that is relaxing though. But speaking of relaxing, did you see? I mean, it's based off of a board game, so you maybe heard about the board game already. But Wingspan, the game Wingspan, have you heard of it?
No.
It's pitched as a relaxing strategy card game for you and your friends about birds. And it's coming to Steam and Switch, and it's like it looks like a deck builder, and honestly it looks like a roguelike deck builder about a relaxing one about birds. It looks
you said my favorite 2 words.
It looks like a cooperative relaxing deck builder about birds.
I love a relaxing cooperative deck builder about birds.
We're playing that when it comes out. I hope you know. But anyway, what?
Maxwell's played so much Wingspan. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah,
that's a good vouching right there.
Good vouching.
Oh, it actually does look really cool.
Oh, you took a peek? Doesn't it? It looks so cool. And the word "relaxing" is in the title. I'm like, I'm sold. So, speaking of things that got announced in the Nintendo indie world, what do you think about Exit the Gungeon? Are you ready to play it?
I am extremely ready to play it. I thought we were doing quite smooth on our transitions there. Hell yeah, go on.
Oh yeah.
What corner does the webcam sit in for this? Is there a split screen? Yes, there is. It's exclamation mark multi.
Same in mine. Bottom right or bottom left. Since it was made originally for mobile, there is a lot of dead space down there. So.
Right. Because where your thumbs would otherwise be.
Yeah. So what character are you gonna play as? We're not gonna obviously race because there's not. You can't, basically. But maybe we could play as the same character. Who are you gonna be?
I'll probably go with the hunter because the hunter has the dog.
He does indeed have a dog.
I'm me.
Does indeed have a dog. I think the hunter has one of the harder paths, to be honest.
Okay. So this will now be my my 3rd run of this game ever. I just wanted to make sure that I had all my settings done correctly. So maybe I should do an easier character. Is there an easy path?
Honestly, I mean, I find that the pilot one wasn't too bad. The bullets path actually seemed really easy, but he's an unlockable.
I don't think I have the bullet unlocked,
you have to beat 1 run. I don't know. I don't know. How about let's just both do the convict at the same time? I think she might not be hard. I don't remember.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I just know that the hunter's a little bit harder. She has some platforming sections that are like it's a permanently climbing elevator. It's pretty tough. Anyway, I'm going in. I'm in.
Ooh.
I'm in. Oh my.
Is this a mod? No, this is a spin-off to the main Enter the Gungeon title.
It'd be an ambitious mod. Very ambitious.
Yeah, considering like how limited in scope the other mods in the game are so far, this would be like you'd have to completely introduce a new engine into the game.
I mean, I saw like the modding is in Enter the Gungeon is starting to get places. Like for the recently, like it's been loosely a thing for a while, but you can actually do a modded gun now, which wasn't even possible before. I saw Kyle the Scientist was working on making custom shrines. You can already make custom rooms and floors. So I think that, like,
those are actually getting very advanced.
Yeah, the custom floors. Apache Thunder, the guy who made the custom Gungeon Seed mod that we did, has been he's doing a huge overhaul mod that has like a full-on custom mode and custom floor that's already in the game and was really, really good the last time I looked at it, like a year ago, and apparently he's been working on it ever since. So,
is that the one that's that he may have mentioned the possibility of something being cool if we did it together on it?
I think so. The chaos. I think it's still the chaos glitch mod, or maybe not. Maybe it might have. I think it might have morphed into something else. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing the modded series coming up soon. I'm excited to see that. I feel like one of the big things is just guns. Enter the Gungeon not having, modding, not having the ability to make guns before was a little bit of a bummer because of the whole game name. Next, you're gonna tell me they can't
work, or was that like a hidden gun in the files that were just unlocked?
I don't know. I think that's like where the API for making a gun was started. Like, it wasn't that it wasn't possible. I think it was just really messy and not user friendly. Like, it's always, I think, been possible, but someone always has to do the really messy legwork first, and no one did it for guns yet. And I think that they've done it
Reto,
now.
I have a question.
What you got?
Modded Enter the Gungeon when?
Who in your chat told you to do that?
No one in my chat told me to do that. It's just a question I independently thought of entirely by myself.
When Rhapsody, I'll tell you, like everyone else, and have been saying in my series for months, actual months, when Beat the Gungeon is done, I will start my modded series right after it.
All right.
It's coming out right after it. Cage, thank you.
When Reto finishes Beat the Gungeon, that's when I'll start modded Slay the Spire as well.
Oh, you shouldn't say that.
All hinging on it.
You shouldn't say
that.
that.
For months.
You know that Beat the Gungeon, my series is ending in like a week. So,
I know, but I also know that everyone's quarantined with coronavirus at the moment, and if I release twice as much Slay the Spire...
Oh my god, this guy! Lego Kirby Twin. Thank you. This guy. How do I cancel somebody live on Twitch when I'm streaming with them for the next 3 hours?
I think all you have to do is upload this clip later on to live stream fails.
Yeah. I'm too lazy for that.
Fair enough.
Oh man.
And also that subreddit is...
I've not been. I've been on, like, I think that during this time everyone's like going on Reddit and looking at the news more and more, and I've been doing it so much less. And I think it's because I just get the news. Like right now, you don't have to find the news. The news finds you right now. Like,
yes.
I've been saving a lot of time, not actually, like looking at Reddit and looking at the news, because I just get the news. It just hits me in the face whether I want it to or not. So it saves me so much time.
It via osmosis.
Exactly. Just by existing, it spreads, much like, some stuff.
Yeah, much like everything I know.
Much like everything.
No.
Did you
hit
dead?
For my first time.
Oh, first? That was your first hit? Just now?
Yeah.
Gamer God? I got hit.
Gamer God?
I already got hit.
Oh. Officially better than Reto at Enter the Gungeon? Pog?
this streamer, this is Exit the Gungeon.
Damn it!
Pog.
That's the only problem with that statement. Definitely not a joke.
Yeah.
One
Other
among
than that,
multiple glaring.
Other than that, for everybody watching, I'm doing a different save file than the YouTube series, so nothing's unlocked. Why does Face Melter have to be so bad in this game? Face Melter is not nearly as bad as half of the other guns in the game. Face Melter,
Yeah,
I would take it over any of the charge weapons in a heartbeat.
I had the makeshift cannon for the boss.
Get bad.
So should I be buying the rat key, by the way? Sorry to be...
Yeah, I mean, if you want the NPCs.
Hell yeah.
I would do it because also like from like a meta level, you want the keys and NPCs to stop showing up because they take away item rooms from you. So you want them gone.
Okay, that makes sense.
You want them gone. Thank you.
So, I had the makeshift cannon for a huge part of a boss fight right there.
Yeah, you would think that'd be a good
it would
thing.
actually be good in a boss fight, but no.
Yeah, it needs to change. The only charge weapon that doesn't make me cry when I pick it up is Anvilin.
Yes! I have that right now.
It's the only one that doesn't make me cry. It's still like I'd rather have something else, but it's weird when like the best gun in the game is like the Magnum. It's weird.
I could use a good Magnum right now.
What devices can you play Exit Gungeon on? Right now, you can play it on iOS. It was released like a long time ago on iOS. You can also play it on PC and Switch now. It will be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox. And no, I don't have insider information. Not that insider information.
Aren't you officially part of the Dodge Roll team now? Isn't it Dodge Roll Reto?
It's actually just Dodgerito.
Ah, okay.
It's Doge Reto.
As in the nobility title, or the old way of referring to a dog on the internet back when dog lolcats kind of were a thing?
Yeah. Whatever happened to lolcats? Did they become completely unfunny? Is that what it was?
Yes.
I guess that could do it. Are you gonna play Binding of Isaac Repentance? I think here, let's both answer this question. Are you gonna play Binding of Isaac Repentance when it comes out together at the same time? You ready? 3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped.
I'm not pumped at all for it. I will play it kind of like almost out of deference to the amount of time I've spent in the series so far.
Yeah.
But I'm not like excited for it in any
way.
That said, like I almost never get hyped for things.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
They're Obsidian releases.
I think that's safe. I guess I wouldn't say I'm not thinking about it. Like I'm not. I just the whole time I'm not thinking about it, but I'm like, oh yeah, when that comes out, it's just a fact that I'll play it. Yep. I just will, and I know it.
You know, it'll actually be kind of like an interesting milestone marker for me, which is because I could not get access to a code for Afterbirth or Afterbirth Plus. If I can get access to a code for this, then I'll know that I've done better.
Yeah, neither did I. I got one for Bumbo, but that was from back channels, and it was from James, who I don't think is working on Repentance.
I believe
so.
Not.
I'ma say nah. I bet I'm more pumped than you, Reto. I bet you are correct. However, I am pumped. I am pumped because it's just like it seems like it'll be good. The people who are working on Anti-Birth are working on it, and they made a fantastic product. I feel like this is going to be the best and smoothest DLC release or release for Binding of Isaac anything since Rebirth. Because
not a high bar to cross.
I know, but I'm saying like they've done a great job with their mod, and I think that's I was excited for all those other releases. So I should be excited for this one. I got the charge shot, and I want to cry.
I want to cry on your behalf.
Please do. More tears. Who is this man? Gungamesh. What? He's got a nice hat.
I might be taking my first. Rorosaurus says I heard Revolt got cancelled anyway. That's a vintage meme right there.
That is a good old meme. Ooh, I've never fought. This man's a new boss. He wasn't in the Apple Arcade. Ah!
Ooh, what's the new boss?
Gungamesh? What the hell is he doing? And why am I so good at fighting him? The bullet patterns are really cool. The bullet patterns traditionally follow like an actual, like a bullet hell more common. I was saying like the bosses in Enter the Gungeon like react to you more. The bosses in Exit the Gungeon kind of will like do the same patterns whether you're there or not. It seems like if you were taken out of the equation, they would just be shooting the air anyways. Like it's just what they're doing with their Saturday.
I like that's how they occupy themselves.
Yeah, gotta find a way to spend the time somehow. I might die.
Everyone needs a hobby.
Oh boy.
So did you end up playing much Antibuff?
I played a little bit of it, and I did like it, but I played it late, so I played it when Afterbirth Plus was like gonna come out in a week. So then I was like, oh well, I mean, I should probably just start a series on the real update that just came out.
Yep. I think Afterbirth Plus was actually like my end with Mining Isaac. Like I think actually
I
the
stopped
final
playing.
episode I recorded might have been the last time I played the game.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't played it since then? For anything? Really. I thought you did something with Alexa at one point.
Oh, I did. You're right. No, okay. Yeah, that would be the last time that I played the game. Yeah. Alexa and I did the Wheel of Isaac.
Yeah, that's what. See, that's what I thought. I thought there was something. I played it
you're right. You're 100% right.
I played it for a couple like random bits and bobs here and there, like the Dawn of the Dead series, and I did the Pyramid stuff, and just random times. I played it like for like one run many times since then, but like a couple months apart. A couple months apart between every run. But I'm doing it so I don't get rusty. It's not working.
Yeah. I will eventually need to do that before I start the next series, if there is a next series on it. Like, I'll inevitably play the game, whether or not I'll create a series on it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll probably do it for this, I'm sure.
I just don't want to start it out and be like, oh, I'm bad at the game now, so
yeah.
Go find a better creator, I guess.
It's the kind of thing where when I do come back and do the one run after not playing forever, and I am rusty, the comments are, "This was so hard to watch." It's like because it's the kind of game where there's people who have been playing it nonstop since it came out, and they're the people who are still looking for videos of it a lot of the times, or they've been watching other people who are not bad at it every other day or every day.
Or, just people who've kind of been playing it commonly enough to have muscle memory in the game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that counts as being not bad, but, like, it's an element that you just cannot retain over the period of time of not playing, no matter how much you know about the game.
It's true. Oh. Did you end up dying before?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not at this this terrifying whatever. I don't even know how to begin to describe him. He kind of looks like a sewer or a sink drain that got a whole lot of spaghetti.
Sink drain that got a whole lot of spaghetti.
Like one of them, like the garbage disposal. Like a garbage disposal with a whole lot of spaghetti.
Sorry, Amp for Twitch just brought to my attention the the joke in my my stream title that is unintentional. I love how the stream title specifically mentions twitch.com, which is not actually the Twitch URL.
Live on... We're testing out the new URL. Twitch.com. They tasked us to do it.
my intentional joke in the title is supposed to be if you read it phonetically differently,
that
which
we
would
live
be
there.
Reto and Rhaps live on Twitch. We're just hanging out here. We're just, you know, we purchased a home. It's a nice little time. But no, the unintended joke was better than the intended one.
we live on Twitch.com. It's very lonely, but we are in quarantine on Twitch.com. But nobody else is there. It does actually redirect to Twitch.tv. Apparently, says Justice Tom.
Oh, hell
Demon
yes.
Crawl Supreme, Master Overlord of the Universe. Justice Tom.
Thank you for the information, Justice.
Hey.
Abyssal Tentacle is a good time. How long am I gonna have this for?
Yeah,
Not long at all.
Abyssal Tentacle is like if the charge weapons in the game weren't bad. Because you can only... Because you do have to hold it down still. But, it does damage at least. You do more damage based off of your combo, though. So it's like... In some semblance, it's like, just get good, but at the same time... The discrepancy between the weapons is pretty high.
I mean, I'm rocking like a 6 combo at the moment.
Yeah.
It's decent.
Yeah.
Yes.
You unlock Junkin if you get to 20.
Is Junkin a playable character or an item?
An item. He's an item and an item and a consumable pickup. I don't know what they're called. The things that float around.
And a friend.
And a scholar. Oh, blunderbuss. But yeah, I don't know what they're
Outer
called.
Worlds yet, Rhaps? Yes. All of the Outer Worlds streams are live on YouTube.
Yeah, one too early, you punk.
Yeah, I know. I should have just extended it for another episode.
Yeah, you extended
All I needed
your
to do
Slay the
was-
Spire to 499.999999995. You can't squeeze an extra little. You could have at least done 68.5.
I should have done a 68.5. I did have like an untitled release amongst them, which was the Join Our Moon Crew. So if you count that as an episode, which is extremely generous to do so, but if you did, there's 69 episodes in that series. Hell yeah.
Nice. Cool. Do you ever plan to do another like big chunky Twitch series like that
Yeah.
on Twitch.com?
I'm always planning to do it. It's just like
Yeah.
every week I'm like, is this the week? No, this isn't the week. I have so much to do.
Yeah. What day is it? What day can we expect it? When can we mark our calendars?
April 1st.
Oh, you. I will. Joke's on you. I'm expecting it on April 1st.
Joke's on you. That's exactly what I want.
Oh.
How many levels deep am I on this joke? It's impossible
One.
to tell.
Face reveal. Yes, kind of.
I've always been like, I've been consistently toying with the idea of making a video that like makes a big deal out of me doing a face reveal and then just revealing someone else's face.
Well, that's what Etheron did. Etheron went in deep and he got his friend to like be in the video, and then he recorded his voice over him and like lip synced it like a whole video.
Hell yeah.
He went all in on the joke. But yeah, I've been toying with like every single stream announcement. I should just say that it's a face reveal, even though it's been a face reveal every single stream since Dicey Dungeons came out.
I love it. It's a great idea.
It's just like people get excited. They're like, I want to see the face reveal, but they don't realize that my Twitch is permanently face revealed. I should do
that with, or used to have that with the Hearthstone series of, wow, I'd never seen his face before. I didn't know he'd done a face reveal. Like, is this a face reveal? It's like, no.
Yeah. Not to
My first Hearthstone video on the channel has my face in it.
Not to you know, talk about Voldemort, but am I mistaken, or did Hearthstone finally actually add a new playable class?
Yeah, they did. Demon Hunter.
Not Monk? That's a very controversial decision there, Hearthstone. Probably
Yeah, I know,
probably
and
one
now
of the
they
most
have
controversial decisions that the Hearthstone team has ever made.
Look, if they knew what was good for them, they would never make a more controversial decision than that, so I have to agree.
Yeah. I don't know. Overmont.
Please don't skip boss intros. Sorry. It's
Force of Habit. Got him.
Oh, good lord. I'm being chased by the worm that ate the earth?
Yes, that thing.
This is the first time I've ever gotten to this stage.
Yeah, it's spooky. That's the garbage disposal with spaghetti on the outside. Do you
okay.
Do you think 1,000 episodes of Enter the Gungeon has prepared you to be so good at Exit? I think that it surprisingly Dead Cells, I've noticed, has helped me more. Which is really weird. Like, obviously, I think Enter the Gungeon helps in the sense of, like, you know what things do really quick. You don't have to, you don't have to prepare like that. But as far as it controls way more like Dead Cells, to be honest. I played a run after an Enter the Gungeon episode. I played a run after spoilers episode of Dead Cells that happened recently, where things went very well. And I did way better after the Dead Cells episode. Like, that's when I got unlocked Junk, in which you get the 20 combo.
Do you plan out your recording days so that you're, like, prepared for a certain game, or so that you've got your kind of, like, ear in before you start a certain game or anything like that?
What do you mean?
Like, for a gameplay example of it, it would be what you just said, like, playing one game that might be a little bit more forgiving, but it lets you warm up for the next game.
Yes,
or
I play Dead Cells.
For me, like,
I usually play Dead Cells last for that reason, because I'm trying to be as warmed up as possible, because I have to be mentally prepared for up to a 2-hour run of never making a mistake, ever. But oh no, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead unless I perfect this guy.
Rest in Ripperoni.
Dead. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's kind of like I do it in order of what would people complain about if it was missing the most to the least in order. Died to Tetris? Yeah, I died to Tetris. Why did they change the name of the kill shrine? Because it's a different character now, technically. It used to, in the Apple Arcade release, they were called the Killed Pillars, but now they're what, the Sepulchergeist?
Were they, like, changed other than the name?
Not really. They seem harder. Everybody's harder. They sped up every boss and they added new moves to every single boss. The final boss is so much harder. So much harder.
I'm actually honestly glad to hear that, because I did have a little bit of a concern of, is this going to be pitched at like a mobile kind of skill level?
They didn't actually, I think they genuinely didn't realize, okay, Gloatathon, here we go, toot toot, self-aggrandizing horn coming through. But when I originally did the Apple Arcade series, the devs said, we didn't think that the game was supposed to be easy, but we're gonna, because of you, we need to add something more advanced. And apparently,
hell yeah!
So I think that, but it was probably just because, like, I don't know, maybe they just didn't see people playing the game as much, because, you know, Apple Arcade, less people are playing it. But yeah, it was pretty easy. It was basically just like, if you know, stacked HP. The runs were also shorter, and if you just stacked HP, you would just be fine, like, for the most part, as long as you were mostly dodging.
All right. Well, I can get away with mostly dodging, but we're not on the mobile anymore.
It's true. We're not in mobile Kansas anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which no, yours seems a little more relevant than mine, so we'll start with yours, and then we'll go to mine.
Mine is just that I'm really enjoying the, like, Double Fusion's bosses.
Oh, yes. I love that a lot. That's some of my favorite parts of Exit the Gungeon, is just seeing a new version of the same world. Like, seeing all the mixed enemies, and seeing, like, how certain items are changed. Like, to be some are good in 2D, some suck. Makeshift Cannon did not make the transition very well to 2D.
Yeah.
Or yeah, 2D. But it's interesting to just see how they work in different forms. But yeah, the visual stuff is super on point. The 3D backgrounds are new too. Those were not in the Apple Arcade release, and they are slick stuff. Yeah.
Would it just be like processing power that they wouldn't have had?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It probably, because it had some performance issues on iPad, or I played on iPad, so I would imagine that would make sense. But yeah, instead of just the flat background, they got the parallaxing now. I took a hit immediately. It's really hard to play this game live. Did you know that?
Is it?
Did you know that?
I don't mean to be bragging, but I'm doing my best that I've ever done in this game out of a sample size of 3 runs.
Well, there you go.
Live.
Well, there you go.
Part of it for me is like this all is just like kicking into my my muscle memory in Gungeon.
Yeah. It's mostly that for me too. It's a weird like halfway muscle memory, because like the visual cues are there, so it's hitting that back of the noggin, like seeing the bullets and knowing you're supposed to not touch them, and like the speed they move and everything. I'm sure it, activates that little noggin.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But otherwise, like
and
the way
also,
you move is obviously different as hell.
I gotta say, I'm real happy that Screecher is finally a good gun.
Yes, Screecher is better than Makeshift Cannon. What's happening here?
Screecher's rad as hell.
Why? Like, not only is it better, it's cooler too. Like, the visual on it's so slick. Makeshift Cannon, like, the visuals are cooler. Like, all the particle effects in this game are so slick. I don't know how many you've seen, but there's, like, the golden gun. The golden gun looks so cool. Like, I jumped! God dang it.
I was annoyed that I had the blunderbuss, and I was just hoping, praying that my weapon would change.
Yeah.
Shot.
You got what?
I should have... It immediately changed into charge shot. I shouldn't have even asked.
Yeah.
Oh, Gundromeda Strain. Get
Gundromeda Strain is amazing. All damage ups are amazing. Orange Guanstone is amazing. All them are tops.
Hey, Broken Geiger, I just wanted to say thank you very much for that message. It means a lot to me.
Sometimes the jump just looks like straight up invincibility. What if I told you it was? As long as you're not touching the ground in this game, you're invincible. As long as you're not touching the ground. Even if you jump, even if you fall downward through a platform, it still counts as a dodge roll effectively.
That is actually something that like the tutorial was very, very good at laying out.
Yeah.
It's an ascending dodge roll, not a jump. It's a descending dodge roll, not a...
Yes.
Not a... What's the down version of jump?
Descend? Drop. Drop?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that'll
drop. Fall? Thank you, Crow. California Crow in chat, help me find the English word fall.
To people who professionally talk, incapable of recognizing English words such as fall
and up and down. So the thing I was gonna say, maybe like 5 minutes ago now, which Wizard of Oz character do you resemble the most? Do you think?
Do I physically resemble them? No,
no, I don't know. It's like if I'm asking you to. I'm asking you to.
Heartless? Do I think I'm brainless? Do I think I'm? I would probably say the lion. I think I'm without courage.
Yeah, I think that was an easy one for me too. I was definitely gonna say that for me. I mean, I would hope.
Lions.
I would hope someone like. Do you think someone who actually is without a heart would know that they would need a heart?
No, because how do you explain to someone in non-emotional terms why it's important that they are in tune with their emotions?
Yeah, I feel like that one, and then kind of in the same way, the same thing for the with If I Only Had a Brain. You know, it's like, I guess it only. I feel like how many people would say that they are the Tin Man or the Scarecrow? Like, how many? I bet you the people who would need to say that they are wouldn't say that they are.
Yeah, almost certainly. Although, like, I have known some people who are more than willing to say, I'm dumb as hell. But
yeah.
none of those people are always that dumb.
That's the thing, is I feel like it's that thing is what is it? Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is to admit that you know nothing.
Yep.
Like, I feel like that's the truth. I feel like cosmically I know jack squat. But like, I don't know. I would consider like every living person to be in a sense dumb then, you know? In a cosmic sense.
Because we're not omniscient?
Yeah, exactly. We're all dumb because we're not, you know. We still have these stupid
bold assumption. You don't think I'm omniscient?
I've
been working on it.
We still all have these stupid meaty bodies too. It's like, how dumb.
I know. When do you think the singularity is going to happen?
Probably before the next Nintendo Direct.
I don't know if that's a very, very hopeful idea on when the singularity will happen, or an extremely pessimistic view of when the direct will.
I think people who are also waiting for the next
yes.
Nintendo Direct will kind of know where I'm at with that one. There's not been a real one forever.
The next Direct that you're
there is heavy.
Your
Yes, thank you for asking. This has been bottled up in me for months. There is heavy rumors that seem substantiated that there's going to be a new Paper Mario that actually follows the original games, which is. I need to know if that's if I can put away hope or not. I need to know.
Wait, if it follows the original, like is
like
it
the same
a
style
remake of the original Paper Mario?
It's
okay.
apparently it is not a remake, but it is in the same style. Which if you, I know you have never played the Paper Mario games, but you probably heard me talk.
Oh no, I have
20 times about how
I have played Paper Mario.
Have you?
Yeah, but there's like, how do I like? Because I played it a long time ago, and I don't even remember which one I played. So
was it on the N64?
I don't really have any. It could have been, theoretically. The platform I played it on was not the N64, but it could have played N64 games.
I see what you're saying. Lock him up.
Yes. Lock me up.
Gang, we got him. I played Bug Fables. That makes me interested in Paper Mario. Good. If you liked Bug Fables, you would like the old traditional Paper Mario. Did you play in like Super Paper Mario? I liked Super Paper Mario, but I didn't love it because I was kind of annoyed at how far off of the normal path of the Paper Mario games it was. However, now that it's 2020, it was really not that different. And I am sad that I would happily take 20 Super Paper Marios at this point instead of what they've been giving us. Am I right, Rhapsody?
You're totally right, Reto.
What's your least favorite thing about Sticker Star, Rhapsody?
It's well, thank you for asking. It's probably the quote that is attached to the Waluigi figure in that game that says, "Look out for his shiny sticker." This is his Sparky sticker, I think it actually is.
This is one of those rare scenarios where the gag answer of just saying the stickers would have been a totally appropriate answer.
Yeah.
And honestly, you could even say the stars. They would both apply as a good reason why it sucked.
Probably, exactly, Broken Geiger. I dislike the ratio of stars to stickers. Too many stickers, not enough stars.
Honestly, kind of.
Also, the doors in the game, not nearly old enough.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. The doors, they've like these new age doors. Like, come on. You rip up this new age flooring, and you see there's this wonderful 1,000-year-old wood flooring underneath, and they just covered it up.
It's a crime.
It's a crime.
Frankly, or at least it should be, and it will be once you elect me, Rhapsody, 2020, for Government, I guess.
For whatever will have me.
For whatever still exists.
Color Splash, in my own opinion, was bad too. Color Splash was better than Sticker Star, but that hardly means anything. That's hardly for me. I liked it better than Sticker Star, but I don't like either of them at all. And I would talk about it for years if this was the Retromation show and not the Reto and Rhaps show.
All I gotta do is go and play every of the Paper Marios in existence, and then we can record like a real good podcast. It's a great time to start a podcast. I'm just saying.
It's true. I've been for a long time, for like ever since I guess maybe it was just right after Sticker Star came out. I wanted to make a multi-part YouTube series on what it would take for Paper Mario to go back to how it was and what things would need to change, and I was going to call it the return to the fold, because paper.
I like it. I like it so much.
But 1,000 Year Door was okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. I feel like it's one of those things where I don't know. It's probably one of those things that the first one you played was the one that you think is good. But I have a hard time believing it's the way to figure out if that's if it's a good representation or not is if there's still a lot of people who are their first console was the Wii U and they still don't think that the Wii U one is the best. That's usually a good representation, and that's the case. Anyone who thinks Sticker Star is the best one is definitely objectively wrong. Sorry.
But also, wasn't the Wii U just notoriously botched?
It
at least
was...
for the first year or so after its release. I know after that it kind of straightened up and flew right.
They really botched the amount of games that it had. They were kind of hoping that it was going to come out and do well, and then third-party people were going to come in and fill in the holes, but then just not enough systems sold because there weren't things for people to buy, so they just didn't really care about it very much. But it had good games. Unfortunately for the Wii U, they're all also on Switch now. So there's pretty much there's one or two reasons to have a Wii U. It was Pikmin 3 and Wonderful 101. Wonderful 101 is going to get ported, or is getting ported now, and I'm sure Pikmin 3 is going to get ported whenever they finally do Pikmin 4. So there's basically no reason. No, Super Mario 3D World is the only Wii U game, pretty much, that can I get gifted a sub? You have a sub. Also, don't ask. You have a sub, and also don't ask. That's a double whammy. What was I saying? Super Mario 3D World is one of the last exclusives that didn't get ported to Switch. And it's really good. It's really good.
So there's a thing I've been curious about for, I want to say about forever, approximately forever. And I need you to explain it to me.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to be curious forever about what the gameplay in Pikmin actually is.
Are you? You don't know? Oh, it's
so
good. Oh my god, it is so good. It's a single player, adorable RTS where you have a flat amount of, you have a very set amount of time that you have to get your rocket ship built again. Effectively, you crash landed on a planet. You have to find a bunch of parts. You, RTS-wise, you accrue a bunch of units through Pikmin, and you have to have certain amounts of them in certain colors. They have different abilities to go and get to areas to pick up those pieces. And you have a flat set amount of time where if you don't do it, you lose the game. And it's over the course. Like Majora's Mask.
Kind of I've never played Majora's Mask either.
It's like Pikmin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
It's like Pikmin.
You've got a set amount of time per stage, and then you fail, right?
Yeah, no, it's not even set amount of time per stage. The thing that set amount of time in the whole game. They're you have this much time over the course of your whole playthrough. If you don't do it, you're stranded on this planet forever, and you lose.
Right, of course. That is what I meant, obviously.
Oh,
being very familiar with both games.
Yes. Pikmin is it's so unbelievably good. Like Dead Rising, yes, like Dead Rising. There, have you played Dead Rising?
Excuse me, which is what?
Have you played? Have you played actual human life? You know how that has a finite end and you win or lose depending on how many Instagram followers you have?
No, I have so few.
Me too.
I've only posted one photo on my Instagram ever, and it was in 2015, and it's a picture of my old house's dog.
Yeah, I think I like got hacked. I uploaded like one picture and then I got hacked or something.
Damn, they were really out for that one picture.
Yeah, I know. Only reason I know about Chibi Robo. Chibi Robo is the most underrated game on planet Earth. Thank you very much.
What is a Chibi Robo?
Oh, you sweet summer child. It is a I don't even okay, it's a you play as a very tiny, like an inch tall house cleaning robot slash divorce counselor, effectively.
Okay, this none of what you've said has been anything I would have expected at all.
And it is bizarre. It's like a I don't know how to describe it other than how I just like basically you are a tiny house cleaning robot and you get purchased by a home where they're having supreme marital issues, and the daughter thinks that she actually thinks she's a frog that was turned into a frog by an evil witch. And you meet a bunch of toys that come to life, Toy Story style, in the middle of the night. And you have to clean up a bunch of stuff. And also there's aliens. What else? Also there's aliens. It's so good. It's so good.
I love how every element of that game seems incongruous with the rest of the elements in that game.
Yeah. Fun fact, Chibi Robo is the first YouTube series I did that made it big.
Ooh.
I played it as a kid and I adored it. It's the like one of my first ones I did a huge full playthrough of like 70 plus episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very underrated because nobody knows about it. It was bigger in Japan, if you couldn't tell from the plot.
Yeah. I had a little bit of an inkling.
But he's also a character in Super Smash Flash 2. Yes, that's why it was brought up in my chat. I found the hack for the Tetris mode in this man. If you ever fight
the hack for the Tetris mode?
If you ever fight the killed pillars or whatever they're called now, I just stood by the wall and I never got hit. It's a move.
Okay.
It's a move that seems impossible to dodge otherwise, to be honest. So it might be worth knowing.
I will.
Oh my God! Patented cheese. It works. It's infinitely possible. You just stand by the wall and walk into it. It just works.
Rad. I'm ready.
Chibi
Robot is also a spirit in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
It's that popular, and it's still. Well, I imagine like most of those robots are things that I would never have. Most of those spirits rather, are things that I would never have heard of.
Yeah. He also had another game. He got a sequel in Japan, and then he got a game where you literally took photos of things around your house with the 3DS camera, and it had nothing to do with Chibi Robo. And then there was what? Then there was Ziplash, which was a very heartless garbage 2D platformer.
Heartless? How?
It was just like the most cookie cutter kind of platformer. It was like, it's like Chibi Robo joins Mighty Number 9.
Oh, yeah, okay. I getcha. It took me a moment there to remember what Mighty Number 9 was.
Yeah, because it's so heartless.
Yeah.
Why is Particulator so bad? What's happening? Am I missing something?
Doesn't sound right.
No, it's not even a charge weapon.
Ruble? Brent? Someone? Anyone?
Joe, I know you're just doing the art, but come on. Can't you just make the bullets that it shoots out bigger? That'll work.
Almost certainly. Or at the very least, it'll get people to complain enough that the hitboxes aren't normal, and then someone else will change it.
Yeah. Reto, do you like or dislike the gun name changes? I think it's weird and dissonant to me. Like, it just feels wrong, but at the same time, I think it's better. I think it's cool that they all have their own actual names instead of just being named after a normal gun. But it's...
Yeah, I've only started to notice like a couple of these renames, and to me, they're all like, they all kind of seem not necessary so far.
Yeah, they're all the ones that were based off of real guns. My pitch is that it was something to do with Apple Arcade and the exclusivity deal, is my guess. Yeah. That's always been my guess on that. But in a way, I like it, but I wish that it was that way to start. Because now it's weird. Now it just feels weird that they're different. Did die?
That's my third death. All around the same area of I don't know how deep it is in the Gungeon.
It goes to, I think I'm on the, am I on the final boss, guys? Am I on the boss? I don't remember. It goes to, there's like a, you're on a platform that has a little rocket on the bottom, and it's moving up and down. Not like, I know that sounds like the whole game, but that's the final zone before the final boss, so I don't know if that's where you made it or not.
I do not believe so. What is the average run length of a game like this?
30 minutes. Almost on the dot.
30 minutes. Okay, so I was about halfway through then.
Okay. You can feel free to move on to Spelunky already if you'd like.
Oh no, we've got about 8 more minutes in this segment. I gotta prove my worth.
Yeah, you are in fact better than me at Enter the Gungeon, as you said. So you have to prove it by beating me in Exit the Gungeon.
Exactly. That's how it works. If you that's how it works if you don't think about it too much.
I never do. Co-op Spelunky? No, because Australia is far from where I am. And therefore, ping is higher than possible. Also, Steam Remote Play is just bad, no matter where you are. Oh no.
I mean, I imagine Steam Remote Play could be pretty good if you were both on the same, you know, like,
Wi-Fi.
land area network.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
Then, at that rate, just play with them normally.
Box. Hello, Box.
Oh.
Heck. Steam Remote Play is bad from 5 meters away. Yeah, I tried to do it with Alexa, and it was like somehow almost just as bad as it was with Rhapsody. I don't understand.
Oh.
Reto,
so
you
maybe
are
it'll be
yes.
better the further you are. Quick, I'm gonna move to Antarctica. We can have a conversation about playing remote Steam Play games afterwards.
Yeah, if you just fly around the planet after the quarantine's up, fly all the way around the planet, back to where you are, and then it'll work, right?
Just a bold assumption right there that the quarantine's never gonna be up, but.
Don't tell anybody, but Steam is actually just a bad platform. Whoa. But Justice Tom, it's the only one. You did it. What did I do? You exited. I didn't exit the. Oh, you're right. I technically did exit the Gungeon. Game's over, gang. All right. Where do I exit?
Well done.
Return to breach. Do I just?
Where do you exit? It's in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Ow.
Whoop, whoop, ba-da, boop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I crash? No.
So did you all go up and stock up for a kind of more official quarantine, or just gonna hang out?
We got stuff to make food that will last for few weeks. We should have stocked up more.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's weird because like everyone
gonna
stocking
die.
up means no one can at
Yeah.
a certain rate. But like I don't hold it against the people who got like a couple packs of frozen meals and your staples like pasta. I hold it against the people who were like, yeah, I would like all of the pasta you have in store.
Yeah.
I plan to sell it again on a secondary market.
Yes, I'm I'm gonna open Big Bill's Pastaporium.
You know,
On
one
eBay.
thing that I found was so in Australia, and this happened like long before it started happening in the US.
The toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper was just
Yeah,
gone. From
you were talking to
everywhere.
me about that. We were talking about that on a Discord call, like long before you were hearing about it on the news. So
Yep.
basically,
It
why
was-
did you steal all the toilet paper, Rhapsody?
I didn't steal all the toilet paper. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
I only stole some
Yeah.
of the toilet paper.
Show me your butt. Is it wiped clean?
All right, I'm getting banned from Twitter. Let's go.
Anyone?
The thing that I had was actually like we ran out of toilet paper and I couldn't find any in like any of the major stores.
Yeah.
But then I went to like a small like Asian supermarket in the area and they just had bunches and bunches of toilet paper.
Yeah, I bought hand sanitizer and toilet paper at my gas station.
Yeah.
It was not hard to do because
It seems to me that the fact that the toilet paper was still in places like that, but it wasn't in like the larger supermarkets,
means people
would be like a combination of people kind of like avoiding shopping in Asian markets because they believe they're at higher risk. Just straight up dumb. Very not good.
Oh, Ellie. Sorry, I'm in the boss fight.
But it's I will mention like the fact that people are avoiding purchasing things in Australia due to be honest, like explicitly racist reasons at this point, for me resulted in getting toilet paper that I was otherwise incapable of finding. So
Yeah.
this is the only time that I am capable of saying this.
Yay.
But thank fuck for racism. Got me toilet paper.
How many times are you gonna get canceled today, Rhapsody?
Trying to get cancelled an even amount of times, so it just reverts back on itself.
recancels.
My canceling gets cancelled.
Yeah. Gang, pack it up. We can't be mad. We cancel is canceled.
Yep. No one take that out of context, please.
It's the internet. What's context?
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting better at reading Twitter with like a filter in my brain at all times of there is a certain amount of context that had to be left out of this tweet for the fact that it
Yes.
has to be fit into 280 characters.
Yes. Yeah.
I wonder how long until we have like classes in high school more similar to kind of like critical theory, but critical theory of how to interpret
How to read tweets. I mean, honestly, probably
I mean, in
not
America, it could be
that
included
long.
as part of civics lessons.
It's so true. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on. Why must you have all of the health? Oh my god!
Thank you, Dubswolf. Much appreciated. And I will say again, for all subs and stuff like that, I'll do shout out to the end of the stream. I just don't want to break the flow consistently.
You can read it right now. I'm busy.
There wasn't a sub, it was cheer, and I already said
Oh.
thank you. So,
Well, do it again. I'm busy. Help.
all right, thank you again, Dubswolf. Much appreciated.
Thank him in Spanish, please. Gracias.
Sorry, yeah, gracias, Dubswolf. Sorry, gracias, Dubster Lobos. That's Spanish for wolf. Oh, got him.
We did it.
You did it. I am still alive right now.
You did it? You are still alive?
Yeah, I'm still alive. I don't know how long I want to go on this run, but it is actually my best run so far, so I'm a little tempted to.
What does the
let this one
background
run
look
out.
like?
The background is blue. There. It looks like treads of a tire are going up, like unevenly across the screen.
I don't know what this means. I don't know why I asked.
I am running into iron madons.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the game. Endanger everybody by waiting.
I wonder if we would have the ability to like remote play Man of Medan together.
Ooh.
Because that doesn't require, well, it kind of requires a little bit of accurate timing, but very rarely.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Is it on Epic? The game store that isn't Steam?
What do you mean? Steam's the only game store?
Yeah, Steam's the only game store.
Just ask the comment section after I do a game that's only on Epic.
You gave me the shutters.
Oh my god, I'm starting to perfect bosses. I
Way to
can
go.
feel it. The Gungeon, the real Gungeon starts now.
Well, good. I'm trying to see if I hit endanger everybody by waiting like 100 times if something happens at the end of the game. You can either leave, you can actually exit the Gungeon, or you can endanger everyone by waiting. And I'm trying to do it. Oh well. Everyone dies. Boom. Oh boy.
I've got this.
Good deal.
I think now I'm on, yeah, now I'm on the worm level.
Oh, you're on the worm level. I think you have the worm level, then one more, then the final one. I think.
Okay, so every death I've had so far has been on the penultimate level so far.
Okay. I think. Thank you, Nick.
Easy.
I feel like a gamer. I really do feel like a gamer right now. Holy moly. And now it's time to put that all away and play Spelunky and not feel like a gamer.
Ah, nonsense. We'll find a jetpack today.
That won't.
Hey,
that won't
do
be
you wanna
enough.
Both, try and repeatedly go to the black market today, because we
Yeah.
could buy an Ankh, we could try and go to hell, or we could just buy equipment in the black market and try and get real powerful in the game.
It's true. It's true. I would like to remind you that I did fall on spikes with the jetpack last week, so so I don't know
Solid
that
effort.
that's necessarily you know, a great indicator of if I'm gonna win or not. Oh boy. So yeah, we got Spelunky next, followed by Roundguard. Do you want to say what Roundguard is? Do you
Sure, let me just run off the scripts that I prepared for the window shopping episode.
Yes, please.
My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Window Shopping. As the name implies, Window Shopping is a series in which we'll be taking a little bit of a look at an indie game and then moving on to the next. Blah, blah, blah. The Roundguard is... So I wrote like kind of like a flowchart for how to describe Roundguard to people, which was effectively, Roundguard is Peggle if Peggle was both an RPG and a roguelike. If you don't know what Peggle is, then Peggle is Pachinko by way of Breakout.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. We were witnessing the recording of a Rhapsody episode. I don't know. I've always seen like Wanderbots does that. All the where they stream for 8 hours and then they cut them all up. Like they just stream as if, and they don't interact with chat, as if it's so weird to me. But it works.
Oh,
I would
think
feel
those
it's
people
so.
haven't figured out. NL does that as well at the moment, which was.
No, but even
I've been looking seriously at that.
Yeah, but even more than that, like Wanderbots, like he streams the game, and while he's playing the game, he doesn't read chat. Like he just turns it off and pretends like there's no chat, and it's just like a video. And then he cuts off the video and is like, "Okay, hi chat." It's just, I don't know. I would feel so awkward, but it's so smart.
It does, but yeah, I think I think it's a good idea, especially for the people that are trying to like simultaneously support a large audience on both Twitch and YouTube, rather than having one of them be secondary to the other.
I feel like if you were to start any of like YouTube or Twitch now, I think you would like. I think you start Twitch, and I think you do exactly that. To be honest.
Yeah.
I think if like nowadays, if I started from the beginning, I think that'd be good. Yeah, that's true. He does interact with chat. I watch him stream. It's not very common. He'll pull things like if it's super relevant or if like he's missing a major thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's supposed to be like a self-contained video. I'm actually just gonna do this. Start over.
Oh, gamer!
Did you perfect the boss?
No, I'm not. No, not this late in the game. Especially because these are bosses I've never fought before.
Yeah,
but
they're also really hard.
I dodged a bunch of shots well.
Oh, okay.
And then I
gamer. And then you didn't.
And then I didn't. Yeah, no. While I was saying gamer, I was not gaming anymore.
Yeah. It's better to have gamed and lost than never to have gamed at all.
In the immortal words of the bard. Take that, I guess. So the next one is my final level, right? Well, you know what? No,
I don't know. What is it? What does the level look like?
Overconfidence is showing. Right. We're about to fall.
Overconfidence is a slow and insidious smeller.
Mm-hmm. That's what they've always said. It's the common quote. The background has like knives coming down, and these are the knives that have killed me. I want to say about every run so far.
Okay. Sorry to say you do have another level after that. But let me tell you that the level you're on is the hardest elevator level in like the whole game, I think. And I forgot it was part of the convict.
Well,
are they ever going to make Spelunky 2? Boy, Adam, do I have a lovely announcement for you. Yes, it's coming out this year. They
and that's all of the available information about it at this point.
Pretty much. You can play as a sloth.
Rad. I've always wanted a game where I can play as a sloth. You know, just so that I can mimic my everyday life.
Yeah, it's coming out this year. I think we're both. Are you more excited? I feel like I know the answer to this. Are you more excited for Spelunky 2 or oh wait, actually, let's make it a hard question, maybe. Never mind. I keep on making it an easier question. Darkest Dungeon 2 or Spelunky 2?
Why don't you answer that one for me?
Darkest Dungeon 2. I was going to include that one to make it harder, but then I realized that made it easier. And then I feel like the other question is honestly maybe even easier, which is Repentance or Spelunky 2.
Spelunky 2.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't need to ask these questions, but now they're on the public record.
Yeah, no, feel free to ask questions for the public record. I mean, I could see someone thinking the Repentance would be my answer to the second one without the context of, you know, having avoided Binding of Isaac for quite a while here.
Mm-hmm. Is it on purpose?
Not strongly,
okay.
but not also not on purpose. Like, when I look at my games in my list that I'm like, maybe I play this a little bit casually in this time. Every time I look at it, I'm like, you know what? No, still no.
Yeah.
I think I got really frustrated with a couple of design choices that were made over the course of Rebirth and Afterbirth Plus.
Really. They did some silly stuff, which is like, I feel like roguelike 101 you don't do. So it's like, here's this game that has a lot of really tight, smart design decisions, and then also their kid made a couple choices.
Yeah.
is what it felt like.
I mean, that's all the community packs for me. Is letting the, like, not all the community packs, obviously.
No.
There are some good items in there, but not all of them are good items.
Yeah. I feel like I would have left them. I would have done it as like a monthly announcement of, look, these are some mods that we consider to be very, very good. and just left it at that.
Yeah. One of the things, like, I guess one of the things I appreciate about it is it's probably one of the best examples you can point to of bloat.
Yes.
Like item bloat in a roguelike.
It is bloat. Big bloat.
And like
also,
a lot of
an
people
enemy.
were talking for a huge period of time before it started bloating up about how bloat would be an issue. And yet the whole community was like, a large amount of the community was just begging for more content, more items.
Yeah.
I think, you got what you asked for. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it.
It's a classic example of like people thinking they know what they want, but they don't realize it. Like, you can't just water it down forever. Like, if you like it, sometimes you don't add more. Like, Spelunky is the perfect example of zero bloat. There is the exact opposite of bloat in Spelunky. Oh my god.
I would argue Slay the Spire is also very, very, very well handled in terms of the amount of bloat in the game. And in fact, I know that it is one of the design conditions for Casey. And Anthony as well. But I remember Casey having answered it in a AMA that is something specifically he was concerned about. All right.
I hate
this. I finished that level. Now I'm on the final one.
Okay. Gamer.
Thank you, Sams. Appreciate it.
Gamer.
Gamer.
I did get dogged. I am sorry. That's my least favorite thing about Spelunky is I want to use the dog to save the dog, but sometimes the dog dies. So it's a bad game.
You should make it, person then. At least have it be someone who deserves it.
But I would have rather
to were created with original sin, so obviously they deserve it.
It's true. It's better to have dogged and lost than never to have dogged at all. Is also a famous saying.
I've been thinking about that a lot recently. I have been crying at the drop of a hat, just like with any story of a dog dying. And I'm part of a Facebook group called Floofy Borkers, and I don't love the name of it, but there are very good pictures of dogs in there. And a lot of people will share like, hey, we had to put down my 9-year-old husky today or something like that. And every single time I'm like, why?
Yes.
Like, I know
you don't
I hope that you get the support that you need from this group, and I understand that they will be able to provide that to you, but at the same rate, I was just scrolling and now I'm crying. Why?
Yeah. It's I don't. Are you familiar with the like the video whatever group publication whatever that Dodo? The Dodo?
No.
They often put out really small videos of like an animal rescue happening.
Oh, is it like a Now This kind of situation?
Maybe.
Like small videos of kind of like quote unquote news stories, but they're kind of usually sensational.
Yes. Yeah. And they're like, look at this person who saved this animal, and I'm like, I'm so happy that they got saved, but in a much more real sense, I have a memory that knows that everyone that saved does not mean they're all saved, and it just makes me sad. It just makes me sad. Like
the specific context of better to have dogged and lost than not dogged at all is it constantly brings about the question, or asks the question, would I be able to handle losing a dog? And I have regularly become extremely sad about the possible death of a dog that I don't yet have.
Yes, Reggie,
exactly.
Boy, oh boy. Oh my.
This run is looking real good. I'm so sorry, but I have to see it through.
I don't care. I'm playing Spelunky already. I mean, we don't have to be playing the exact same game at the same time.
We should be, and I feel like etiquette would demand that I do, but
no.
This is the first time that I will ever possibly succeed at this game. I think there is a duty on me to see it through.
Until the bitter end. You got a duty on you?
Yeah, exactly, because I run out of TP. Just keep up.
Oh my god, I hate dark levels. They are stupid and bad.
But you get so much money on them.
I know.
They're really good when you're going to the black market.
Yes, that is true.
Huh!
How much HP do you have?
6.5.
Okay. Just let me tell you, for the final boss, you need a lot. He lasts 5 ever.
Is 6.5 enough?
It might not be, to be honest.
What?
It might not be. He's, you're gonna, it might not be. He is a damage soak.
Well,
but
guess
I
5
believe in
probably
you,
isn't
gamer.
enough, then.
I believe in you, gamer, is what I meant to say.
Thank you. Chat, I need all of your belief. If any of you is Goku, I'm gonna need a reverse spirit bomb. You know, gather up all the power in the world and give it to me.
Just give it back.
We both know how the reverse spirit bomb works. Don't act like this is a weird thing to say.
Oh,
Gamer, you've got this. Gamer, I believe. Don't forget to use your blanks. That's actually good. I'm just hoarding all these blanks. I'm just holding on to them for a bit.
No.
All right, I've seen enough gamer messages in chat. I'm ready.
I just pulled off the...
Oh, I've officially exited the Gungeon.
Oh, yes.
They let me skip the final boss. Beautiful.
Yes, you're done. Very much.
Woo! It's all over.
You can hit exit and then press return to breach.
Huh? Weird, the loading screen has me on... And... Hang on.
Is there more? No.
I think there is. Have you always been quitting out after the screen where you get to exit?
There's more?
There's a final boss? Oh my god.
Is it...
Ooh. Look at that 3D rendered heart kind of situation going on there. Damn.
Does he look like a buffalo? Because I've seen him. He's really cool. They made him look a lot cooler too. He had some goofiness to him visually on the Apple Arcade version. Oh my god.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So much damage. I don't even know where to shoot this enemy.
The face.
Oh, I was going for the heart.
I think you might be able to hit the heart too, but there wasn't a heart to hit in the Apple Arcade version, so you had to shoot the face, so I just assumed you did. I know it does damage if you shoot the face. So there's at least that. I feel like I need to get the HP. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is a problem, chat. This is a double problem, chat.
Could you can I just ask you to do my job for me a while and entertain the audience while I focus?
I don't think I have any super controversial opinions that'll get me canceled like you. So
Oh, damn it.
I can talk about, finally, my time to talk about Paper Mario. So, the reason
that was 20 minutes ago.
So, the reason I don't like Sticker Star and Color Splash is because they strip all variety and character out of the video games. Because one of the big things is the dialogue stays great between them. That's the one thing that stayed good in Sticker Star and in Color Splash. However, oh my god, this is a bunch of bees. However, without the fun characters and interesting, unique characters to back it up, if you make them all Toads, it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they have interesting dialogue, because you don't care about them, because you can't care about the same thing. Everyone is Toad, though, exactly. It's so stupid. You better believe it. Let the bees out! Uh-oh.
I died. It had like, I want to say about 1/4 of its health left.
No! Sorry, that was for you. That was because I'm so sad for you.
Sincerely appreciated.
Oh no. I did miss. Thank you. I did miss the bee. I missed the bee.
Nice off-mic curse. No, it was just an opening of the mouth. You would have been able to hear it if I'd cursed. I already accidentally did in this.
Yeah, I
Stream
thought I
second.
heard that, but I think I talked over it.
Yeah.
I was probably
Some
talking
cover.
about Paper Mario.
Alright, let's get this controller plugged in for the sake of a spelunking. Are you near the end of a run?
Oh yeah, or I'm at the very
Possible.
beginning, but that is a good idea. Yeah, I was killed by the parachute. You're
Actually,
right.
no. Wait. Give me one run to get warmed up before we do the
Okay,
daily.
one warm run.
Mm-hmm.
What, you don't think I'm gonna make it all the way to hell on this run?
No, I know that you will. That's why I'm giving you time to do it.
Oh, thank you. I will do it very, very fast. I'll do an eggplant run
Mm-hmm.
because
You got this, bud. I believe in you. All you need is hired help.
It's true. Didn't he? I think. Oh, all right. That's a reframe. That's end. two damage on the first floor is is just a reset. Oh boy. Remember to switch your game name.
I
Bucko?
already did.
Oh my god.
Gamer?
One of these days he's gonna switch it before I even do.
Well, I mean, I started the segment 30 minutes later than you, so I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to switch it before you.
Okay. Oh heck. Why did you make me restart? Oh, I guess I'm glad that this is not the daily, because it's been a bad 2 runs here in that short 1 minute span.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can have a bad run that's quite quick that will get my ear back into the game. Have you got the auto run option enabled?
The what now?
Auto run, like so you don't have to hold down the run button.
That
the
exists?
R2. Yeah.
Where?
It's in the options.
Under controls?
Controls. No, it's not in controls. Settings. Down at the bottom. No. Where is it? I was pretty sure there was an auto run option in this game. I may have just lied to you though.
Oh, there's auto run and then you can hold down shift to move slow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That feels wrong. I've been holding down shift my entire time playing Spelunky.
Yep.
Oh, that feels wrong. But my pinky finger feels a whole lot better.
You'll eventually get used to it, and then you'll never be able to live without it.
Boy, oh boy.
Ooh. This is a spicy map.
Spicy map? Spicy map. Oop.
What have you been doing in your quarantine days, Rito?
I have been doing the same thing, but with more stress.
Actually, something that one of my friends posted to my timeline after I mentioned the kind of like, so I posted something on Facebook and Twitter that was effectively shaking my head at the government telling me to practice self-isolation
Yes.
and social distancing.
Acting like I haven't
perfected
perfected it. Yes.
Yeah.
must
I posted
ruin it.
that as well as a Ron Swanson kind of like, I know more than you thing on Facebook. And one of my friends just posted a response that I absolutely loved, which was when you, it's just a meme, one of those like that feel when kind of situations.
Yeah.
When you find out your normal daily lifestyle is called quarantine.
Yeah. Oh, heck. Shotgun myself onto a spike. Yeah. Pretty much.
Mhm.
Rito's such a
I'll tell you
gamer. Yeah, then I thought
One thing I do like about it is my partner is not like that at all. My partner is a very, very social, very, very busy boy, always out and about, man of the town kind of situation, right?
Yeah.
I just got to plan for us a 2-week staycation, and we just get to play all these games. I went out and purchased like a bunch of snacks and meals the day before he
That's
got
nice.
back, and effectively turned it into a nice little okay, you just had like a vacation in another country, and now you get to have a staycation in this one.
Yes. Let me show you my desires and what I do. So you want to know what it's like to be me.
It's like that scene in 50 Shades of Grey where Christian Grey is unveiling his closet, but I unveil it and it's just a bunch of co-op games on Switch.
It's like take your partner to work day.
Yeah. I have thought about that as well, which is like, would it be cool if like we were on the couch and we were playing a game and I was just kind of pseudo commentating it?
Yeah, that's kind of what I do on accident when Grace and I play games.
Mm-hmm. Do you find it like a reflex? Like it's just something you do?
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it is usually like after a long day of already doing it, so I'm like a little quieter. But yeah, I think it's just a reflex thing.
It's weird because like I will if not actually verbalize, I will definitely think in the terms of what I would be saying when playing games now. I'm just trained to do that at this point.
Do you ever have you ever done your outro in real life?
Yes, I accidentally did that at the end of a conversation once. To be fair, I was a little drunk and otherwise intoxicated at the time. It's just reflex. I think I had some reason to say my name is, and then I was like, go through with the rest. You know how it goes.
Yes. My name is Rhapsody, and I'm a deck building roguelike.
My name is Rhapsody, and I've been clean of deck building roguelikes for hang on. 14 hours?
It's not a race, no. After this we are gonna do the daily, and we're gonna, if anything, we're cheating. If it's not a race, if anything, it's cheating. By just helping each other.
Working together. Collaborative, cooperative gaming.
We're all in this to get her.
I'm dead.
That's not what you should.
If you're not dead, I can quick restart.
I'm not dead. You can do one more. I have 4 HP and 20 bombs, and that is nice. Because it says a number that's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me giggle.
Does it say 69 somehow?
Not yet. I need a lot more ropes. I need a lot more ropes.
You got this, bud.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm a pro at taking out the shopkeepers.
Rhapsody, and this is The Conversation. Conversation is a permadeath roguelike where...
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it does feel like those are the stakes.
It's turn-based. It's true.
The conversation's not always turn-based. Have you ever been interrupted by someone? That's proof that
No, I have not.
You've never been interrupted by someone?
Absolutely not. Shoot, I was trying to go quicker, so I was interrupting you. I've never been interrupted. I'm gonna say a whole sentence. I sure as heck hope that nobody interrupts me speaking this sentence. Thank you very much. That was respectful.
I'm glad to hear that you've never been interrupted. I'm just saying. So stunned by it.
Interruptions are trap cards. Interruptions are. Oh, that's how conversation is a deck builder roguelike. Conversation will be a deck builder roguelike in Grifflands. From Clay.
I have nothing currently to say about that game.
I have even less to say about that game. Unless you now have something more to say about that game.
I don't have anything I can publicly say about that game. We can talk after the stream. Just gonna make chat mad.
Oh. Ah! I didn't realize. I forgot he was down there. Almost gamer score 4. Is gamer score death? Because I'm pretty sure I've died more than 4 times. Oh, I'm dead. Do you want to? Where's your run?
Early enough that I'm happy to just like. Whee!
Okay.
Where are the nearest spikes? Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna try and kill this shopkeep by myself. If it works, I continue the run. Oh no! I brought a rock into his store. I actually whipped him. I got everything going on. It was good. And then I went to pick up his shotgun. It was directly next to the rock. I picked up the rock and then turned around, threw it at him. He killed me.
Yeah, I've done that. I've definitely done that. Definitely done that. All right, daily challenge. I'm launching it and then pausing.
Okay. Hey, daily challenge. I am ready. Can you ask why Reto hasn't uploaded Spy Party video? I might have just done it on the wrong day.
No,
that might be a me problem.
it went up at 2 o'clock today.
It also might be a DST problem.
No, I exit the Gungeon goofed my everything, and so I put it up today.
Right. Are you still having the same uploader problems?
Yes, and definitely not on exit the Gungeon when I really was hoping it wasn't going to.
How long did it delay the first release by?
A few hours. Yeah.
That sucks. Sorry to hear that, man.
I mean, it happens. It happens.
It does.
A lot, actually. Boom, 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 boom.
Like, I understand the ridiculous complexity of the architecture that YouTube is working with, but
I don't. But I'm mad about
the
it.
most basic features of your site regularly fail.
Yeah, it is confusing. It's really confusing that it's so big. And I know it's like, oh, yeah, you know, like, the fact that it's so big is probably why all these are happening, whatever. I don't care! I'm mad because I can be. YouTube. I'm mad because I can be. I'm mad because I don't understand, not because I want to understand.
I'm mad because I'm, like... You know, I'm not getting every single cent from the ads that are shown on my videos. I'm getting a small minority of it, in fact. So, hey, why don't you make the website that I work for you on functional?
Yeah. Can I be mad with you? Absolutely, Lego Kirby Twin. Please do.
I'd prefer that you were.
It makes me feel less alone when everybody's also mad. Everybody, 3, 2, 1 in chat. In my chat, I want to only see grr. Okay? Everybody spam grr with varying degrees of R. Please, for the next few seconds.
Arr.
No, not pirates. Those make me sad, not angry.
Really?
Yeah.
What about pirates does it to you?
They just milked the franchise.
They did. Oh, it was good as well. It wasn't.
It's true. Cosmic Jester, that is a supreme grr. Thank you. Nice grr right there.
Was that a grr attached to a subscription or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a mighty fine grr. You girt there. Just
I don't
gamer
know why
noises.
I'm trying to do this, but I'm whipping the spider. The big one.
Oh, shoot. I think we're in the same spot. Uh-oh. Gamer! Hit him with the rocket twice. Did you... Was that a, put down the controller out of shame?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because vision softly creeping has snuck its way in while I was sleeping. I'm dead as heck, guy.
That is disappointing. That is disappointing.
It is extremely disappointing. I'm just gonna have to go on to a different run, and at this point, we're not even gonna be able to talk about the game because we're on. So, was it a death or was it strats? It was death, but it could also be strats.
I mean, you know, it's true. If you have the Ankh, death is very much strats.
At a certain point in time, up until that point, death is extremely not strats.
It's true.
You know what? Yeah. All right. We're not on the daily. I'm going to try and go to hell. People keep telling me to, so I figure it's probably a good idea.
I'm trying to. No, I'm not trying to go to hell. I forgot to get the thing. Never mind. I lied.
One dog collected.
It's called adopted.
Ah,
you don't go to the pound to collect your dog. That makes them put you on a list.
I mean, what if the pound has your dog?
Oh, you're right. I was thinking of like I don't know what I was thinking of. I was thinking of pet store. Pound's not a pet store. Unless you really insist that they take your money. Oh.
I mean, you could probably do that by some mechanism, like donating to the shelter.
It's true.
Ah! Dog! Dog took an arrow for me, so thank you, but
Disappointing.
now dog dead. No! Spider! And then Spider dealt 2 damage to me. So,
Boy.
all that went for.
Rough day for the animals over there. Thank you for permitting the term go to hell. Thank you. I always love calling those out. Just the mod permissions.
Mm-hmm.
They're always so funny. That's a lot of bombs.
Ooh, we have a shrine.
No, it's okay, Cry. I meant it. I meant it. Go to hell is so relevant in most roguelikes I seem to play. There's always a hell.
Well, I mean, I will say it's extremely not relevant for one of the roguelikes to play, because your goal is to leave hell.
Oh yes. That is true.
It's that Hades game.
Oh, I thought it was Exit the Gungeon. Because the Gungeon is hell! Oh!
To a certain degree. I mean, isn't it kind of like an analog for hell?
I don't know. There is a hell in it.
That's true.
I made it to the Greenopolis. Oh, and the cursed chiptune music is playing. Huh. Oh!
Whereabouts is this pub?
I'm sorry, shopkeeper!
I'm not. Sorry, shopkeeper.
The bomb frog blew up in his shop, and it's not my fault.
But now you should probably live as an outlaw.
I don't know. Like, okay, so if the shopkeeper gets angered because something else blew up in his shop, is there going to be a shopkeeper at the end of every level from now on? Or is it only if
I believe so.
Or is it only
it's
just this time?
anger does it.
That sounds right. It is? Okay, well then... life as a fugitive it is. Sorry, dog. You're gonna get the...
Living life out on the lam.
You're gonna get the business end of this bomb, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That works.
I'm gonna carefully collect all of the money in this game now that I've found myself a pair of sunglasses.
Bye, pup. I'm now... The worm didn't get the dog. It missed. I put it in and it missed. I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah, exactly. Nor did I. Oh! Rip. My goal is to leave the mines in this Spelunky segment. I got 20 minutes to do it.
You can do it.
Thank you. I sincerely appreciate the belief in me, rather. Not sincerely believe the appreciation of me. It would be a completely different thing. And in fact, something I have difficulty with.
Oh my goodness. There's a large spike pit, and I need to get down, and I'm pretty sure this dog is going to become deceased. Is that the black market? Where? Oh, that is the black market, ain't it?
Hey, didn't even need the eye.
I did not. No! Come on. That didn't work.
So, I heard that you've played a Roundguard, which is our next segment, the
Yes.
Peggle RPG roguelike pachinko by way of Breakout.
Yes. I have.
What have your thoughts
indeed.
been so far?
Addictive and nice. I'm gonna have to just pass on that shotgun, I think. I've been really... I've only played like a really... No! Small amount of it! But I enjoyed my time very much! How about you?
That was a just narrowly lived, I'm guessing.
That was, I can't believe how much of a gamer I am.
Hell yeah. Capital G, capital A, capital M, capital E, capital R, exclamation point gamer. I obviously played like a fair bit of it. For me, it's just really good to have like a kind of like very, very wind down style kind of game that only needs the mouse. Because previously for me, like a wind down style of game that only needs the mouse was Slay the Spire, and that still requires like a fair bit of thonks. Like you got to invest in your thonks for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to have one that I can kind of just put on in the background while I'm like watching a movie or something.
Yeah.
Really hunting.
It seems very much like that, like a good old fashioned. I mean, it seems like Peggle, but with more thonks. But
exactly, it reminds me of what I used to do. I would. I think TF2 is my most played game at the time, but I would just play Peggle when I was tired of TF2 and watch. At the time, probably old episodes of Whose Line Is It Anyway, the American series.
I used to watch it every night that I could. I got a mini, like the smallest TV you've ever seen in my bedroom. It's the smallest one that you've ever seen in my bedroom.
You know what? I'm afraid I'm gonna have to contest you on that because as a teenager, I was given the smallest TV I have ever seen in my entire life, and I would stay up late so I could watch Rove Live, which was kind of like late night show.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just killed like 6 shopkeepers. It's a bloodbath.
Hell yeah. Well done.
But yeah, I would put it on my tiny TV, and then I was supposed to be in bed, but I just had it on really quiet.
Same.
Couldn't have been that sneaky.
I was supposed to be asleep by 9, but I had to stay up late to watch Rove. That was back when like anything that had the word comedy in it, I would just voraciously consume.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually I learned that there is good comedy and bad comedy.
What's the kind that I do?
Good.
You did not learn
well. I'm so sorry, but I will say that I have studied incredibly long.
Oh. The boss music stopped. Reto the gamer god.
I love that you set yourself up in a position where you could either be insulted or complimented, and complimenting you probably made you more comfortable than...
Welcome to the life of the introvert.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you.
I see you. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I see you. Your luggage has been here for years. But since we are introverts, we have still not introduced ourselves until now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was also very gamer focused on killing everybody in the dang black market.
Well done on having done so.
I'm doing good. Better than I definitely have done all day. I'm glad it's on the daily.
I wish my good run was on the daily.
You have a good run? I was gonna say, have you had a good run yet? What would you consider a good run? At what point would you consider it good?
Ice caves, at least for me at this point, I think that would be back to like a good run.
Okay. So one more, and then Papa Rhapsody's approval. Oh, I fell on the spikes because a frog scared me.
So I'm afraid you're not getting my approval.
Well, I can still make it. I had the Ankh.
Ooh, okay.
I can still make it there.
Gamer.
Oh.
Are there any games you've been playing that you're not creating content on at the moment?
Oh my god. Yeah, Bomber Grounds.
Right.
Yeah, it's
how you so far?
I love it. I love it. What happened to Exit the Gungeon? What do you mean? It's just started. It's live every day. Oh, you mean on the stream? On the stream,
yeah.
It was the first segment, if that's what you meant. But yeah, Bomber Grounds, I like it a heck of a lot because I think that there should be more like 2 to 3 minute long battle royales.
Mm-hmm. It's 2 to 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Damn. I could mill out episodes for that, like 50 in a day, and then just put 4 ads in each. And
So
You're
true.
off to the races.
So true. Papa, be proud. I'm in the icy caves.
I'm officially proud.
Exit the Gungeon. The Exit the Gungeon from the stream will be live on my second channel tomorrow at 4 p.m.
And at some point soon, I'm gonna start publishing Reto and stuff on YouTube. I forgot the next word and I had to stall.
It's your job. It's the one that's your job.
Hi, yeah. Sorry, my bad. It's not like it's what I spend almost all day, every day focused on. Because then, if it was that, then forgetting
That would be an
the name of
embarrass.
it would be really embarrassing.
That would be an embarrass. Oh boy. Yeah, this is I think it's my first time, or my first time in a long time that I've actually made it here without a jetpack. And I don't like it nearly as... Nearly as much.
That sounds like a final no.
No, that sounds like... Honestly, it's worse. I dropped my shotgun into the abyss.
That is even worse. That's a final no, but it's just advanced warning that there's a final no coming up.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, dog. Oh my god, he fell off the screen and then there was an explosion that just made it seem like, oh, he's alive! It was like in
Hell
those
yeah.
it was like those jokes where someone like falls off of a cliff in a comedy and then at the bottom there's like a nuclear explosion. Even though it's just a man falling. It was like that with the dog, but then I went down and the dog was okay. and the shopkeeper was the one who was blown up.
It's a perfect double punch. That could easily be in any comedy.
Indeed.
You double reveal in there. How much time is divided between different aspects of the job? I'm gonna say about 80% of the time is no. That's too high. I mean, if you consider things like playing, like researching games for content and then, you know, playing games that never make it to the channel because I decide not to do anything on them, then I'd say maybe 50% of the time is recording and then a full 50 is split between like various administrative things. Yeah. Metadata and all those kinds of things as well.
And if you include anxiety about the job, boy, it's a 24/7.
The amount of time that I spend looking at the start screen with my finger hovering over F8, my record button, then recording is probably about 2% of the job. I've been trying to something that's been getting me commonly recently is I'll check the news between episodes and then suddenly I don't feel like recording anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I could definitely tell already what that would do to me if I did it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be great. I just take like a irresponsibly long, like, oh god, there's the shopkeeper. That's right. That could have gone better. I took an irresponsibly long restroom break in between every video. Oh, I beat Alexa on the daily.
Hell yeah, well done.
When are you gonna beat old Mech, he says. When you gonna get better at the daily, Alexa? That's what I say. Bang.
Get him, roast
Get him, roast him, boast him. Roast him, boast
him.
him.
Crisp.
It's a good try, Alexa. It's a good try.
Is Alexa I know he is a game than either of us necessarily at this point, except for you, obviously, because you just beat him in the daily.
Yes.
But is Spelunky a mainstay on his channel?
I know he did a long series on it before, and he's doing a series on it now, and he has hundreds of hours in it, like a lot. I don't know, but I don't know how much of a mainstay. I don't know. It would have to be. I don't know. I feel like for me, I don't even know what's a mainstay on my channel aside from Enter the Gungeon. You know, I feel like I don't know what to say for even that.
Fair enough.
let alone for somebody else. What would you consider as a mainstay on your channel besides Slay the Spire?
I've been thinking about it recently, and like just from viewer statistics, I think Atomicrops.
I was gonna say
one thing I always get told anytime I upload is like there'll always be at least one comment saying you're the only person on YouTube doing this.
Yeah, there used to be
Please
two.
Upload more.
There used to be two.
There used to be
and
two.
and then I stopped. I used to be
think Wonderbox
your
did,
competition.
like, a small series on it as well, though.
What do you mean?
I think Wonder did a small series on it as well, though.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. Dicey
Wonderbots.
Dungeons. Oh, Wanderbots. I didn't hear you. Sorry, you said it really quick. I was like, I don't know who Wonder Bread is. Dicey Dungeons is definitely a mainstay on my channel. That is facts. I have 200 something. That's big facts.
Atomicrops doesn't do as well as Spire, but it still does quite good numbers. Yeah, like for games that aren't Spire, like because you kind of have to rate on a scale. Like, is it Spire or is it not Spire? And then past that.
Yeah.
And amongst those, I mean, I could have been the Iridus channel.
Yeah, you could have easily. I'd like to think maybe in like half a year I could answer Hades to that question, because I love that game and I've started quite a few series. I mean, Undermine, I guess I would have to say I've got like a couple. I don't know. It's hard to say. At what point is it a mainstay? Because I have quite a few series over 100 episodes now. Not a ton. Just like what is it? Undermine, Isaac, Dicey Dungeons. Ziggurat didn't even make it over 100. I don't know.
I think Ziggurat for me was 20, maybe. I didn't get super deep into it, but I did really like that game.
It's very, very good. I went back to it, and it doesn't hold up as well as I thought it would, but it's still very, very good. I think it's truly just that I've played so many more roguelites since then that I was just like, oh. There's some decisions that I think are clunky, but for when it came out, it wowed me. It's still really good. Like I think it's a very good game still. But like I think if you went back and you played it right now, you would see the things too. Like the perspective. First of all, the perspective of it is very weird. If you look at the wall, your character's actually 2 feet tall, and that is very strange.
Yeah,
like, that makes no sense, but that's not that big of a deal. But there's just some weird balancey things, and like I think any game that makes it so maybe you don't feel the same way. Any roguelike that makes it so you have like a 2% chance to get HP from breakable pots is a bad addition to the game to me.
Yep.
Because it makes it so. Just like buff the gold economy or buff the HP economy of the game so that you don't have to spend 30 minutes breaking pots. You know? I'm looking at you, Wizard of Legend. I'm looking at you, Ziggurat. Thankfully, Hades was smart enough to make it only as a keepsake. So that I can never, ever, 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 ever use it. I feel like it's a decision that makes basically every roguelike worse. That isn't based around like Spelunky's, but you can obviously get gold from breaking stuff, but that's just for a high score, and you don't even have to care about that.
So I'm going to tell you a thing that happened during that story to me, and I went to the black market. I bought everything. I got my arc. Good time, right?
Yes.
Then I died because a blue frog knocked me into spikes. Okay, it happens.
That's exactly what happened to me, I think.
I was throwing the boomerang at the time that I died, and then when I revived at the very top of the level, the boomerang came back to me. As
we said before, Australians do not have proficiency in using the boomerang. Just in the damage.
I clearly do. The boomerang returned to me after death.
Apparently, I mean, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Oh my gosh.
I got to the I got to the ice caves.
Oh, you can be proud of yourself.
I know. My death was extremely dumb.
I mean, welcome to Spelunky.
And then didn't stop falling until I died. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to Spelunky. I've been thinking about the possibility of running like a Spelunky roulette. You know the stuff that Biznap used to do and Bear used to do.
A roulette.
Death roulette.
Death roulette. Oh,
yeah,
like
it's like what killed you?
What killed you, and then you can vote in the chat. I think that's a great idea.
Yep.
Chat, what's gonna kill me?
Just...
Whoever gets it right gets to be the cool person of the minute.
That's the thing they have in the official roulette is actual incentives. Although the actual incentives there are effectively just monopoly money, so yeah.
Yeah.
How actual is completely different.
Your ego, hubris, guys, that's just the free space. That's the free space. Of course it's gonna be my own slow reflexes. Well, of course I'm gonna die by being a bad boy. It's a free space.
I'm planning to go out in a gunfire. I am going to die of being a bad boy. Need more gold this level. I found a jetpack. I want to buy it. It's gonna be too difficult to get back up this way. All right, it's time for me to go and just destroy the man myself, personally. Hello, Reto?
Hello. Ah! I was dancing to the music in the gambling room. It was too good to not. I'm going to the worm. I'm gonna make Chad happy. I'm gonna die! I'm so dead. I was just dancing to the gambling music. It's so good. Oh, I can't go.
Oh, got him! It was a very convoluted way of killing him, but I got him. Now I've got a jetpack and I've got a shotgun. We're going. It's gamer time.
Gamer, gamer, gamer.
It's real gamer hours.
Nobody in the chat said piranhas. Nobody said try to go to the worm but fall in the water and get eaten by piranhas. That feels like hubris to me.
If they have, and that's extremely specific, they may have actually been a soothsayer. They may have had inside knowledge.
Yeah. I don't think these piranhas are called hubris. That was a shock. Yes, it kind of was. I think that I am going to move on to Roundguard, personally.
That sounds like a good idea. I am going to finish out
the
this
next
run,
death,
but then
yes. Yes. Roundguard. Well, I get eaten by the fish forever in the background. Help, it's 1 a.m. and I can't go to sleep. What do I do? Rhapsody, read Holy Derp a bedtime story.
Once upon a midnight jury, as I wandered, weak and weary, through many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten. As I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a rapping, as though someone gently tapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered. "Only this, and nothing more." There was a tweet recently that was actually pointing out that the, it's real weird to say, someone's knocking on my door. Yeah, it's probably a visitor. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm just doing my announcement things. Oh boy.
I didn't die, you died, chat. That was not me. That was someone else who stood in my position exactly and died a death that was very embarrassing. That was a jetpack and that was a spike.
Hey, I know that death.
Yeah, that's right.
I did that one last week.
Learned the thing from you.
Rhapsody, change your game name.
Ooh, you got him. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, got me.
Yes. Where's a safe place for the camera in this game? That's
a good
the
question, isn't it?
That's the one way where you know we're switching a segment is when the sentence, "Where's a safe place for the camera?" It's basically our Twitch equivalent of an intro.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's what I'm going to be using to remember where to cut the segments. Actually, I'm probably gonna cut the segment.
Are you gonna cut them up? Are you gonna separate them?
Probably not.
Yeah, I was going to, but
That
I
just
was
gives
like,
three...
oh man, that's just gonna take so much. It also just takes so much work.
It's a lot of effort, but it's also it gives people 3 times as many videos to not watch.
Yeah, and it probably impacts your click-through, like, you know, it really looks like some bad click-through rate. Unless it makes whatever other video was uploaded that day have a great-looking click-through rate. Because they will actively avoid the other videos because they're Twitch VODs.
Yeah.
Which character is a good in this video game?
I think the wizard is the best.
Okay.
The wizard's ability is pretty simple, and very, very, very powerful because you can use it to collect mana pots and then just keep going.
Okay. Let's see. Click through all that. Brains over brawn. Let's rehearse one of your special skills. No, there's a tutorial for every character.
There is a tutorial for every character, but it's only the very, very early level, and then they set you free.
It looks like the bottom right is good. Oh my god, this is the one day where the bottom right is the perfect place for every single camera. After you launch...
It will be right up until you have like an enemy that actually sits in the area in the bottom right, but that's not, you know, extremely common. This looks awesome. Yeah, no, this is a good game. I think, at least. I've been enjoying it.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's Peggle, but with roguelike mechanics and apparently lightning laser bugs. This character does seem great.
How much do you value bucket bonuses? So you mean the gold that you get at the end of the stage? Very little. Very, very small. Especially because you, like, if you're aiming at something, you can't always guarantee where you're going to land in the bucket bonus at the very end. But I value the pathing very, very highly.
How many hours have you played of this, Rhapsody? Be honest.
22.
Oh, okay.
22.
When was the first time you played this?
So my window shopping series on it would have been 2 days after I played it for the first time. I don't remember.
Huh.
Oh wait, hang on. No, this came out on the 13th of March, so 11th. Yeah. So the 11th would have been the first time I played it.
Dang, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit in that amount of time. That's 1 week. That's 1 week. That's 1 week. That's a lot of time.
I mean, like, when I do a game for window shopping, I usually invest, 15 to 50 hours in it before I actually do anything with it.
Yeah,
like I'd played a ridiculous amount as well.
When I did quick play my window shopping, I used it as my excuse to not do that. I was like, I used it as my, like, this is me. You are seeing exactly what I'm thinking for the first 30 to 40 minutes of my journey with this game that I will probably never play again.
I mean, like, because I'm trying to choose games that I actually would like to see succeed for window shopping, I feel like I can't do the approach that I'd hoped to do with window shopping, which was just like, this is a video of this game, done. Now the next. Kind of more like Northern Lion Tries situation. Yeah.
Jackie, I didn't even know you had a Twitch. A Twitch.tv. Rhapsody, when's your More Fluff series of Dicey Dungeons coming out? I shouldn't have gave hope.
Is that mod out already?
More Fluffs? Yes, it's been out for a while. You should definitely. That's the one that I was telling you that you should, even if you don't do a series on it, you should pop on back to play it, because it is a great way to get excited about the game again. Not that I wasn't excited about it anymore.
I'm keen to. It's just I always feel like I have like a list of games that I have to go next, and revisiting Dicey Dungeon is not at the top of those. Yeah.
Oh. Can we get a series called Retrospective? I have definitely been toying about that forever. I have an old like blog post called Retrospective where I actually tried to write a review article about Chibi Robo, which we talked about earlier in this stream.
Ooh. All comes back.
It all comes back to Chibi Robo. Plug into Adventure for GameCube. Sequel. Please localize it.
Please, then I can finally play it.
It's true.
Still planning on doing the Outer Worlds DLC eventually? Yep. 100,000%. See, because I've been thinking a lot about like very, very long RPG second playthroughs recently, but I can't justify like another 70 plus hours to do just another run of the board and Supernova and Melee. But with DLC, I can justify that.
Yeah.
It's been especially hard because I know that like Disco Elysium is completely different if you're a slightly different character.
Yeah.
I want to see all those changes, but at the same rate, Disco Elysium is a very long-running series. I need that slot back for other games eventually.
Yeah. How many more episodes do you think you have until you're done, if you were to guess?
I have the next 5 or 6 recorded already. It feels like things are starting to wrap up, but I'm not entirely certain because I felt that before, and then I got to a new area and they were like, here's all this new stuff that you have to deal with. Although I don't think there are any like new locations at this point anymore, so
yeah, it's like Final Fantasy.
Sure I'm wrapping it up.
Final Fantasy 13, where it made me think that it was gonna end 5 times, and then I quit. But you're not gonna quit?
No, I couldn't quit if I tried.
Yes.
I absolutely love that
I
game.
definitely have an easier time canceling series than you do, I've noticed. By far.
It
seems like you have an impossible time doing it.
It feels to me like I need some finite end, and because of the types of games I play, that's not a thing I get.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also like there's also a big difference if I'm playing like a roguelike or something that, you know, doesn't have an end per se. You know, it's different than playing Disco Elysium, which has an end, right? Oh my gosh. These stinking skeletons are immune to magic, the one thing that I was using as a crutch, and I think that is broken. Patch it. Patch it!
Sorry to say. I think they're not immune to like all of the damage that you get from it. I just think they're immune to like one of the status effects or something.
Oh!
Have a look at like at the end of the turn how much damage they take in that turn. You just create an artificial goal. That's what I usually do, Reduce Reptile, is create an artificial goal for myself. But like, for instance, like the Heartbreaker Ascensions were effectively me creating those kinds of goals for myself. I had the same thing in Bunny Wise before it. You can do that, but at the same rate, I still feel like beholden to continue things almost indefinitely, even past that.
Yeah.
I know that like recently you've combated that with the Beat the Gungeon series having like an obvious defined finite ending.
Being done with it. I pushed it back even further where I'm like, oh, it's when I unlock the finish, or it was like when I got all the unlocks, and then it was now it's like I'm gonna wait until I pick up everything, which might take a while, I guess.
Yeah, I know. When are you gonna get that kiln, bud? When are you gonna get that kiln?
Stupid freaking kiln. What makes me so annoyed is I know for a fact the one episode I did a Blessing of the Gun run, I saw the kiln and I didn't pick it up because, you know, it's a Blessing of the Gun run, you know? It doesn't matter. But if I would have picked it up, I would have gotten the Ammonomicon entry for it.
Ouch.
Oh.
If you get tired of playing games, don't continue because of momentum. No, it's not continuing because of momentum. It's because I like the games. I just don't have... I have difficulty getting rid of any of them. It's not like as a result of their success as a series, because otherwise, like, you know, I'd be an Iridus and Hearthstone channel at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to be like... I've gone through phases with canceling series. I used to be like, I would cancel them on like a lot just because I have attention problems, and then I was like, no, I can't ever cancel anything. Let's get like a booty load of everything that I record. Like I want everything I upload to be a 100-part series or whatever. But then I like, but now I've gone back and I'm like, you know what? I want to cancel it because there's other fun things to show off. You know, I want to play more things because I want to make sure it stays fresh for everyone, and I want to make sure it stays fresh for me. Otherwise, I'm gonna go crazy. Like I was listening to the Check the Wire. I don't know if you've been listening to that. The Northern Line podcast.
I haven't heard full, I don't think yet.
Yeah, how he was talking about the period of time on his channel where he was just playing Binding of Isaac, Slay the Spire, and then one bonus thing. And he said, like, it looks really good. I mean, and I know it's like not just talking stats. There's way more to it, but it looks good. And then each day it goes down by 0.5% or 1%. That still means it's going to be horrible at one point if you just keep on doing it forever.
Yeah, I mean, like that, you know, part of that harkens back to the argument of like you don't want to get pigeonholed.
Yeah.
Because then, you know, as the views decrease for that game or as the views decrease for your series of that game, you're screwed.
Yeah. That's why it's like, I'm so happy that recently Enter the Gungeon is not the... I mean, like, obviously, it will probably forever be the big thing. But it's exciting. It's always exciting. And I don't know, do you get the same thing where when you're looking at your stats, you kind of root against, like, Slay the Spire in a way? Where you're like... You're not like, I hope this does bad, but you're like... I want everything to do just as good as it. So in a way, I'm kind of like, I hope the Gungeon isn't much higher than the other stuff. So I kind of weirdly root against it. Even though I love it.
So a very, very small amount, but it's usually manifest as like this Slay the Spire episode where like it was a daily. I've done, you know, at this point more than 1,000 videos on that game, but you know, 999.99999
yes.
whatever. So like not every single one of those is going to be absolutely stellar. Like, you know, there's going to be a couple bad ones in there, and I'll occasionally look at like a Slay the Spire that's like done quite well that I was like, I don't feel like that was my best. And then I see it directly next to an episode of Disco Elysium, and I'm like, that's the best series I've ever done. And
yeah.
It
just doesn't matter. Like it's I don't know. I feel like how good it is, and like it feels like it has very little to do with how well the video does a lot of times. I don't know.
Yeah. The AI dungeon proves that. But that is pretty much exactly my feeling on that, which is like, if Slay the Spire did a little worse and then the other stuff did a little better,
yeah,
I'd be appreciative.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't want to like, I genuinely, and this is not, and nobody could ever believe it. Like, maybe you could. I have faith in people, I guess. I would probably still play Enter the Gungeon at this point if it, you know, if I was having as much fun as I have been having with it, which is to say a lot. It isn't just because it's doing the best, but I don't know. I want other stuff to do good too, that's all. Minecraft is such a good series. I appreciate that. And Rhapsody, do you like your Minecraft series? Do you think yours is nice?
My Minecraft series?
Do you like yours?
The one that I'm in?
The one that you're in. Do you like yours?
I do.
I think it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. I think like a large amount of it is us like trying to learn each other's dynamic, and I think occasionally in those episodes we cycle between different people's dynamics for an episode. Like there's like an orbital dynamic episode, and then there's an Alexa dynamic episode, and then me. And then you, obviously, I can think of probably like an instance of each of the episodes that I'm like, this is very much that person not
taking the
speaking
reins
the most in the episode. Maybe not even just completely taking the reins, but everyone is kind of taking like a social cue.
What episode do you think was? I took the
the one where you never talked.
The one, yeah. Ironically, that's probably the truth. That episode is. I didn't talk for that episode, but that was probably my episode. I think you're right. That's
my actual legitimate argument would be the episode we were talking about our fathers, how their history with games as well.
Where the wholesome episode where we actually were the wholesome boys. Yeah, that's probably true.
The episode where we lived up to our name.
Yeah, the episode where we didn't insult each other.
I mean, like, it is weird. Like I just get back completely in the tone or spirit or the cadence of that kind of like sledging humor as soon as I'm around, just because we did it for so many years.
You cut out around you and Orbital?
Around all the night. Like I get back in that kind of like sledging kind of tone because we did it for so many years.
Yeah.
I'm actively trying to work against it, but
it's hard.
It's an uphill battle.
Bubble spray. Swiver, thank you. Bubble up nearby enemies. Is this good?
I don't know.
Bubble up nearby enemies. Bubbles deal 5 damage when they burst. 5 plus 5 more per bounce. What does that even mean? Is this English?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. I just needed confirmation.
I saw your worms. Yeah, it's 100% English. Rhaps said, I saw your worm series, 100% accurate. Yeah, that was Orbital Lolash and I, and Lolash is a countryman of mine. I think it actually might be like the UK and Australia being the kind of like origin of sledging.
Yeah.
In the cricket sense, at the very least.
We should.
So
play
yeah,
words.
that kind of combination just becomes like very, very heavy.
For the King is one of my favorite series you have ever done ever. I really liked it. I wish it could be condensed a lot. So
whoa, hang on. I got good news for you, bud.
What?
There's a game mode all For the King that is just For the King condensed.
Well, boy howdy, did you just leak our our docket for some week? I was also gonna say we should play Worms.
Down to the realm of like 5 to 10 hours rather than
okay.
Yeah, so it would be a multi-string thing. But yeah, no, Worms would be great. I
haven't played it
back in primary school. Have I ever mentioned this? Back in primary school, I had a friend who I was only friends with because he had worms and I didn't. I would go to his house and play Worms.
You just like me for my worms.
Yeah. Kind of. Like I didn't contextualize it in that way at the time, but afterwards I definitely thought, oh, I'm only here for the worms.
Oh boy.
I'm barely halfway through the first Gungeon first episode pre-DLC series. I'm determined to watch every. So that spans like the history of my channel to the point that you'll probably be able to see the changes in my personality over the last 5 years.
Oh yeah. I noticed that when I did my my episode for my 1000 episode, and at the beginning I played all my intros, and I noticed so hard just the difference. Like each one, I'm like, that guy's a tool, you know?
Yes.
Every time, like 1 or 2 years will go by, and I look back at the old video, I'm like, that guy's a tool. I hate that guy.
So part of me, like, obviously, like, there's an element of low self-esteem, low confidence, blah blah blah. Like, that's the boring part. But part of me thinks like, kind of disliking your past self might be like a decent-ish kind of thing. Like,
I think so.
It marks growth. At least, you know, if you are better.
Yeah,
that's worse and you hate your previous self.
Man, I hate that guy. He used to volunteer at animal shelters. Like, grow up. I always think Reto's
That's something
a tool.
I want to do more this year. Is volunteer.
Yeah, I meant to do that this year. And then we were gonna move, and then I said I can't do it because they needed a commitment of a certain amount of months, and then I found out we were moving like months later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. 2 mana when a
Extremely
gold pot
unfortunate.
smashed. What is better?
Did you realize that when you search Rhapsody on YouTube, you're the first hit? It's no longer Queen. You did it. I did, but I only realized that when my dad told me. And it was because anytime he has to describe to someone what his son does for work, he's like, oh, he's one of those people on YouTube who makes videos and people watch them. He's like, okay, hang on, I need to actually demonstrate this to you. And he'll search my name on YouTube, and then at one point he called me up and said, "Hey,
You did it.
so you're the top result for Rhapsody now. Did you?"
You did it. Is that
It's such a lovely call?
Yeah, that's nice. That's like, that's one of those those weird I did it moments. Is not even just the being first, but like, you know, I don't know, having someone call to say something fun about what you know, something unique about what you did. There's something that feels great about that.
Extremely. In the last month, I've watched every Renowned Explorers video, and I don't think it's fancy if it's Enter the Gungeon, but you have changed quite a bit. Yeah, I've been thinking about the Renowned Explorers series a lot recently, because they have the same company, Abbey Games, is doing Godhood at the moment, which I played a little bit of in my own time. I think it's pretty interesting, but I don't know if it's ready for a series yet. But also another game called Curious Expedition, which seems kind of similar to Renowned Explorers, just had codes released.
What is Renowned Explorers?
So Renowned Explorers was a game where you play as kind of like historical analogs of explorers, and then you play a what would it be akin to? Kind of like a turn-based strategy on a hex-based map. Like you kind of manage people's emotions. You can make them excited. You can make them sad. You can make them angry. You can make them frustrated. You can make them embarrassed. You can do all of these kinds of things, or you can just fight them. So they've got like a health bar, and then they've got a spirit bar. If you make them so happy they don't want to fight you anymore, you can kill them, they're dead. If you make them sad, they're demoralized and don't want to fight you anymore either.
So it is, since this is the only way that people's brains work nowadays, so it's For the King meets Undertale.
No,
it's For the King meets Undertale.
it's kind of like the travel and mapping thing kind of reminds me more of FTL than many other games.
Oh,
kind
okay.
of like the node based, and then like some missions, and the missions kind of change the ways you want to traverse around the map kind of situation.
Okay, so it's Slay the Spire
If you
meets
kill them, they're dead.
Undertale.
People die when they are killed.
People do.
Yeah, it's Slay the Spire meets Undertale, meets Minecraft, meets Fortnite. So if anyone's looking for that, that's Rhapsody, Renowned Explorers. That was actually a series that like I didn't have an eye on that game at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and this is before Slay the Spire, and it became like for a fairly long period of time my biggest series. And it was just because someone suggested it to me. They messaged me and said, "Hey, Rhapsody, I think you might like Renowned Explorers."
Mm-hmm.
I tried it out, and then it became the biggest thing that I did for a very long period of time. I created probably about 300 episodes on it across all the expansions. It's one of those situations I am very, very thankful that I read that comment, and thankful.
Ooh. It's nice to have situations where you're thankful you did read a comment every once in a while. You know?
I've honestly had almost nothing but recently. The comments have been incredibly nice.
I joke. I joke. It's been good for me too recently. It has.
Have you ever had comments so nice to the point that like you'll read them and then like the anxiety?
The anxiety what?
True.
You cut out?
Like the anxiety brain kicks in and you're like, that's not true. And you get the urge to kind of argue with it.
Yeah, especially like doubly so because I listened to an interview Bo Burnham did at one point, and it's something stuck with me like really a lot about it. How he said the only reason that all those negative comments get to you is because you let the aggressively positive ones get to you too. And I'm like, I've tried to set up that filter. I'm like, does this person mean what they say? Like, I love it, and I do have to try to, like, you know, you kind of have to lump them in the same thing. You're like, you have to look at the comment and figure out what it actually is saying. Like, maybe the negative comment isn't fully negative, and maybe the positive comment isn't fully just like saying, you know, to an extent sometimes it's saying what you want to hear, and that's been thrown me for a loop in a good way and a bad way. It's like it's helped me with dealing with negative comments, but it's hurt me with dealing with positive comments.
I don't know if I necessarily subscribe to that, because like the negative comments that I take more to heart are the ones that like mirror something that I already kind of feel about myself.
Yeah.
Like a fear that I have about myself, usually. But for me, it's more like even conversationally, even in like real life with meat space friends, I just really curl up around the idea of being complimented, and then like kind of like over complimenting to a point like I'm like, I can't be. That's not.
I think we probably have the same problem with that, where if we don't get complimented, maybe you feel weird about it, but when you do get complimented, you feel even weirder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a good example of that is like last night. For some reason, I used the phrase "a whole new butt," right? And then Peak started seeing a whole new world with a whole new butt, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finish this out. I know the words, I know the rhymes, and I structured like a parody to it in my head and performed it in real time.
That's very impressive.
I know. I thought it was really good. Anyway, he gave like a little bit of a laugh at it, and then he moves on.
You're like,
and I was sitting there
you needed to laugh harder.
Yeah, where are my props? That was so good.
Yeah, it's like, where's the standing ovation?
And then like,
can you please perform what you remember from A Whole New Butt for us?
I cannot. It was very contextually driven.
Twitch terms of service. Is that why?
Not a Twitch terms of service thing. It was more just like I do not remember exactly very in the moment. But I afterwards, like, because it was that kind of mood and it was that kind of like just hanging out. I said, "Hey, props." And then as soon as he said, "Yeah, good singing, Bob," I was like, "Oh, now I'm bashful."
Yeah.
Like I asked for it. And then I was like, I don't know how to handle that.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's my issue too. It's like I feel bad when it's not there. I feel uncomfortable when it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray! It's fun to never win.
Do you spend a lot of time thinking about like, hey, if I was raised a little differently, how? Yeah. I just didn't know that was like a broad thing.
Yeah. Oh boy, I am on the edgy anime alchemist. It's true.
You're watching edgy anime at the moment?
Absolutely. Any anime recommendations, chat? I need to get the average chatters up.
Have an argument about anime. I mean, my recommendations stay as they always are: The Promised Neverland and Cowboy Bebop. And you've got time. You can't tell me you don't have. Well, actually, you can tell me you don't have time because your usual schedule is not changed by this.
Honestly, my schedule is messier. Corey in the House. I've already seen it. The Hex. Corey, I found a copy, like, I went to Walmart for the first time, like, this was a while ago. I went to the Walmart for the first time in, like, years, and I went to the games section, and they actually had a still sealed copy of Corey in the House for Nintendo DS.
Do you realize how much that's worth nowadays?
Is it? Nothing? Because they were charging $30. And it was just right alongside like the Nintendo Switch games and everything. Corey in the House for Nintendo 3DS. It was still there for $30. There was no other old games. Only Corey in the House for Nintendo 3DS.
What do you mean olds? They ordered that in very recently. There's high demand for Corey in the House in whatever the rest of the time.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, do they know? Like, is there some automated system that knows that it's become a meme? And they ordered it because somebody might spend $30 on a joke?
I wonder if Walmart has something like that. Like, if anyone was, like, if any store was going to have something like that set up, it would have to be Walmart.
Yeah. I mean, when I worked at, like, a gas station, I know how the automated system works there. You know, like, you're not like, oh, let's order this. They're just like, your store sold this. You need to get this. And I bet you Walmart has a ridiculously like machine learning version of it. And
Yep.
like when you enter, they probably gathered information about what memes you looked at that day. No one has said Corey in the house this much ever.
Reader just ask what your favorite meme is, and then they direct you to the section with that relevant memetic item.
Yeah. No one has ever said Corey in the house this much ever. I don't know. Etheron had a stint in the Discord where he talked about it a whole lot, so much that one person got so mad and started causing some serious problems because he was mad about how much Corey in the house was being talked about. That was a while ago.
Was he mad that it wasn't being talked about enough?
No, he was.
That's the only way you can be mad about how much is being talked about.
He was mad about how frequently. Etheron has a folder of Corey in the house pictures, apparently. Because that's just, I know you don't know him, but now you know him a little bit because of that. But he just unleashed them in meme land, which is, where they belong. And he had a problem with the amount of them.
Something I've really actually liked recently on my own Discord is people are just hanging out in the voice chat room.
Yeah,
that makes me feel like hell yeah, people having a conversation and doing a thing. It reminds me of back when I used to be in like kind of chat rooms and ventrilos and similar, just hanging out with people. It's nice.
Yeah, I never did that. The closest I got was doing raids in World of Warcraft. That was the closest I got. I never just sat and I guess no, after school I would play World of Warcraft with my friends, and I guess I would do it then. And like maybe we wouldn't be playing the same game and we would switch to something else. But we'd still talk. I guess that's about it.
Yeah, it was my clan for TF2 because I played like casual and then slight competitive, but still quite casual TF2. And with my clan, which was called the Muppets, and everyone had like a Muppets name, like a Muppets character. Like they had effectively personas, but they were Muppets.
Who are you?
So,
who are you?
I didn't have one. I was the first admin in that group who did not have one. And I felt pretty good about that. I just stuck with, at the time, Rhapsody Assassin. And I soon after aged out of it. But being part of that group and kind of like being in that community and talking in that ventrilo and all that kind of stuff it was rad. It was like a huge formative experience for me.
Oh yeah. Like, I didn't have the best like social practice growing up, but like raid leading as a teenager, I feel like gives you a crash course. Like, because you have to like actually do something that people sometimes treat more serious than their day job. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, those kinds of things do become extremely formative experiences, and I kind of
oh no.
I think like similar to like raid leading would be like running training sessions for RTF2 clan is kind of like the version of that I had. I think you're just not telling us the Muppet. No, all the Muppets I wanted were already taken, so I just.
Oh. Which one would you pick? He just doesn't want to admit it's Shadow the Hedgehog as a Muppet.
Exactly, it's Shadow the Hedgehog, an impregnated Shadow the Hedgehog. I think at the time what I would have gone with is Fozzie Bear.
Oh.
But Fozzie Bear was already taken. Yeah. I like characters like that are like, they're kind, they're wholesome, and they're just a little bit pathetic. But they're like, it's very
so now you tell me the truth as to why you collaborate with me. Kind and wholesome, but a little bit pathetic. I understand everything, chat. I understand now, chat. It makes sense.
See, the thing is, now I can't diffuse that by providing a compliment instead, because that'll just make you uncomfortable.
Well, and it's also like it's.
You always struck me more as a twink than a bear.
Oh boy.
Actually, you know what? I will mention, I legitimately don't know what my quote-unquote tribe is. So obviously, queer culture, usually like gay male culture, has your standard kind of body type split up into your otter, your bear, your cub, your twink, your all these different varieties. I'm not thin enough to be a twink. I don't have enough muscles to be a twunk or a hunk. I've not got a big enough belly to be a cub or a bear. I've not got any body hair whatsoever, so I'm not an otter.
I have
nothing.
not heard
I'm
90% of these.
You've not heard it?
90%.
Wow,
I've heard a couple of
I got
those.
so much lingo. I got so much lingo for you. Cuddly? I mean, see, that'd be kind of like cub, like more like cub.
Visible retromation confusion. Yeah, well, because I was certain that no, I'm not. Rito's so innocent. It's not innocent to not have heard a couple of those. I know most of them, but some sound like he could have snuck in a fake one or two in there, and it would have worked. I would have been like, well, I guess that's also real.
I should have done.
I know. Give me your best fake one.
Ooh,
I mean, you could just say literally any animal. A frogman.
I could say literally any animal, but like you've got to think of an animal that has like an obvious like analog for a body type that isn't already completely covered by the other ones.
Yeah.
Atheron,
what are you
that's
doing
not like
here?
obviously insulting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if there were more obvious ones like that to come up with, they would have been come up with. I think like the closest that I have is one that's like kind of like a pseudo version of a title categorization rank, whatever you would call it, rank.
Rank.
All right, let's do a tier list of the gay body types. Here we go.
Gay body type tier list. That's what you come to the Reto and Rhaps show for.
I think like the closest to like an actual type along that I would have is boy next door. So kind of just look like a boy next door.
I mean, most of those are animals, and one of them's a person. So it's like giving me some serious Animal Crossing vibes.
Yeah. Soon I'm gonna get extorted for housing.
It's true.
In game rather than just in real life.
just from the landlord.
Oh, our agent is the absolute worst. Did I tell you that we had to we had to pay 2 weeks rent in advance because he didn't have the money on hand to replace the appliances in the house that were defective when we moved in?
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. That doesn't inspire confidence. Like, there's obviously multiple levels of it, which is like, that's a little strange. I have a housemate who's more familiar with accounting than I am, who said that there's like a couple tax reasons they might want to do that, but not having the liquid on hand in order to themselves purchase the appliances is a little bit weird. And to me, I think the biggest thing about it is it's just a little embarrassing for you, man. The agent.
Yeah, that's pretty. It is pretty sad.
It kind of tells me you don't have your stuff together.
Yeah. You're actually just renting his house. His apartment. Also, I need a fact check here from Etheron in my chat. Says, based on my exceedingly extensive familiarity with gay America, I would pin Reto as halfway between a zipper and a moose. Which is
You shouldn't take that from him, calling you a zipper.
I'm almost certain these aren't real, but I need some backup.
Then
I'm almost all the way positive they're not real, but those are examples of two really good fakes that are so close.
Yep.
How did Spelunky go, Etheron? I was gonna raid you, you stinkhole.
10% chance to turn an enemy into a golden frog when you hit him. Get it? At least the moose has a nice rap.
Jiminy.
Family friendly stream. I made sure to.
Yeah, excuse me. This is.
I don't necessarily think that like mentioning any of that stuff is non-family friendly.
Not yeah.
I do think it is weird, like, because like certain topics are obviously considered non-family friendly, but like a lot of queer topics are considered non-family friendly regardless of the way in which you discuss them or the context you use.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, a good example of that would be YouTube Kids, near its inception at the very least, heavily censoring any content that was talking about queer people or trans people. Well, not that those are two completely different subsets, but it was specifically being talked about with reference to trans people as well, or largely. It's the homophobia. Yeah, that's the weird thing. Like you kind of, when you're brought up in a culture that constantly displays that, you have a moment where you go, wait a second, is that not safe for work to mention?
Yeah.
Like you have a moment along your growth where you're like, oh, hang on, I've been wrong this whole time. The osmosis of culture that I've absorbed is just wrong. Whoops. Had to throw that out.
Stealth through enemies with negative. This rogue or whatever, they seem pretty bad compared to the wizard. I think I had it.
Was pretty good.
It seemed I like the double jump, but compared to that wizard, my goodness. Basically one.
So was the wizard?
100,000
Did you start with
times.
lightning or did you start with
lightning?
bubble?
Lightning.
Yeah, I don't know. I started with bubble.
I think that it's random. I think there's a couple things that you can get, and it's random which one you get. Oh my god. Oh no.
Yeah, like Silly mentions in chat, right? Two opposite sex people kissing is fine. Two same-sex people doing the same is not safe. Yeah. That's kind of dealio.
Oh no. Oh no, Peggle.
Oh no.
Oh no, Peggle. Oh no, Peggle. Oh no. Starting skill is indeed random. Okay. Yes, it's random.
You know, I'm learning more things. 22 hours in the game.
Oh boy. My
I
best.
think they like give you default starting skills for your first like couple times playing, and then after them, I think they just go out.
Where's
But you can get way too passionate because the subject hits too close for home. I imagine for some reason, I can't imagine why, but I imagine we're kind of standing on the same side of this.
Yeah.
Ah!
So what I don't get about this, the game, the run is over.
Yeah.
You get an item from the wheel. Is it?
Yes.
Where does the item go?
You start with that in the next run.
Where does the item go, Rhapsody? Okay.
Press E.
Press E. Okay.
You should have like your trinkets in there, and it should be in and amongst them.
I'm one of the
Should it
3
not?
folks that made the game. Thanks for streaming it. Oh, well, that's why you were a genius and knew about the starting skill. You start your next run with the trinket. Sorry, Rhapsody, move aside. I got one of the devs here, so I ain't asking you nothing.
I'm glad to hear that. Hell yeah. Good to see.
I like your game a lot so far. It is very fun. Oh, whoa.
It was one of those situations of like seeing an email and seeing the byline and just the email tagline and just going, yep. Yeah, no,
Yep.
I'm gonna instantly download and play that. That's
Yes.
great
Big,
pitch.
big sold. Big sold. Oh boy.
Ooh. So I got the warrior starting with reckless charge. I am
Is that the
so ready.
That's the one where you dash into the enemy, and
Yes,
with you know, maybe like a reckless type style.
yeah, you do it kind of recklessly. If I had to describe it, I would say it's without wreck.
Most things I do in video games are reckless. I think that's kind of like my style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like I stopped taking risks for a huge period of time in roguelikes, and it was almost exclusively like streaking in Gungeon's influence. Because in order to start my streak, I needed to just like hammer home best practices, because at the time, like, ammo
Yeah.
drops were rare.
Yep.
Shops could be locked, those kinds of things.
Yep.
So
Hashtag
I
unlock
would
the
just, like,
shops.
always use my worst weapon, boss weapon, that
Yeah.
kind of thing, like open up in a very specific order. And I got so used to that I would just ignore all risks. I would never gun much unless I had 2 empty guns that were both bad. I would never roll any die. I would never roll like any shrine or anything like that, because this could be the one that kills me. But like
Against my
at
better
your
judgment,
level
I still
now,
do.
I don't
Yeah.
think that you need to worry about that, right?
No, yeah, that's one thing that I've been really thankful about. Getting to that point in Gungeon where I can still use the gun that would be funny, like if I have a run where I get a bunch of really nice damage ups and I get the JK-47, I'm using the JK-47 over anything else because it would be funny. It would be funny.
Yep. I feel like as you increase in skill at these kinds of games, you get the ability to take those kinds of risks. But not every game has the ability to do those kinds of things.
Yeah.
You can playing risky in Ascension 20 of Slay the Spire is no bueno.
Yeah. It's kind of finely tuned balance, and there's the more RNG. You know, like even if you get a situation where you could goof around and slay the spire, the next floor might screw you over. Even if it can work for a bit, it might not work. You like that problem that you did might screw you over later. And I guess in Gungeon, that's the same way with the robot, but none of the other characters it hits as hard. Robot, you lose a hit on the first floor. That's HP you don't have on the Lich.
Yep. You take a hit against the first boss, that's 2 HP you missing now.
Yeah. Yep. Whoa.
That's one thing that always like I like the robot as a character a lot, but I get disincentivized from playing it because I get very demoralized the first time I make a that I know I can't make back up. Like, you're not getting that piece of armor back. You'll get a different piece of armor, but you could have had more if you just had more.
Exactly. You could have had the bigger number.
I'm starting to see some big numbers in my off-camera playthrough. I'm starting to see some actual chunky numbers. I'm enjoying
Big numbers of which game?
Hades.
Have you unlocked the? We talked about. Do you remember? You're a psychic besides Justin Spy Party. How you said that you wanted the new weapon to be a 2-handed sword, and you were wrong, but also you were right.
Yeah, I mean, the new weapon wasn't that, but the aspects
a new weapon is that.
Yeah,
and
I called it.
Yeah, have you used it? Do you have it?
I haven't, but I watched your video on it.
Oh, thanks for the ad rev.
Thanks for the 5 cents, nerd.
Thanks for the 5 cents, nerd. Got him too, gang. Got him too.
Oh, you got me.
But yeah, it's the best weapon to hit the big number. The Excalibur. It's so cool. It might not be, but like I think the gun with the gun that has the reload your first shot does the big number. That one's really good for it too. But it's the most satisfying weapon to get the big number because you feel the weight of your hits. Because it takes a full second and a half.
Yeah.
It takes a full second and a half to hit.
That is something that I was actually kind of trying to analyze while I was video. Like, how would this feel? And it looks like it feels real good.
It feels great and terrifying. Like, I think the sound effects are great. I think it just looks very cool too. It's just a very cool looking weapon.
Just going to quickly answer some questions in chat. And Daily Danish asks, is Hades worth getting? Yes.
Yes.
I think everyone who's played any more than an hour in Hades will tell you extremely yes.
Absolutely.
And it's a great investment of money. Like, it has so many hours you can play.
It's crazy. It's so good. So good. So good.
And then the second thing is Chaotic Doc. What's the new weapon? It's kind of like fist. Like
pouchers. They're called pouchers.
Pouchers. So you can pouch your enemies.
We're going to be adding content for a long time. More hero classes, elites, items. Oh my god. I played for about an hour and a half, and I'm excited to hear that there's more classes already. Can't wait for Friday. It's going to be
oh yeah. The current 3 are kind of like the standard
makes sense.
RPG class.
That's where you start with. You start with those 3 characters. It's just...
Where do you go next? Because I know that, you know,
astronaut.
SDS solution was astronaut.
Botanist.
That's what? I could see like a botanist flavored druid.
Yes.
I could see that for Slay the Spire, like
a botanomancer. I always say that like there's druids and everything in games, but I feel like a criminally underexplored is just like a nature or plant focused mage. Like it exists in things. Astronaut botanist, Andy Weir. Okay, apparently we can. Yeah, there. I just want both of them. Oh.
Finger guns are a two-handed weapon, kind of. Hell yeah. You gotta make sure those hands are empty, so you've got the extra suggestion on your.
It's actually ludicrous that finger guns is not a weapon in Gungeon. It's yeah, Chloromancer. There we go, Chloromancer. There is a class called Chloromancer in Rift, the MMO that did not catch on, but I was the #1 cleric in the world for a week.
Well done.
Thank you.
I played that in beta for a short period of time, and then all my experience.
I'm surprised to hear you even played it all. Alchemist, yeah, kind of, but no. Alchemist is like a chloromancer that's just like doing it as a hobby. You know, they're like, it's like saying that Batman has superpowers.
No, Batman has a hobby and a lot of free time.
Exactly. Yes, it's like Druid, but more specialized. I feel like you could go all in on just the nature magic. I've always thought that. I thought that and like an inventor.
Natural class, because I know it was monk for STS. Bard?
Bard would be great. Oh, that would make sense too.
Yeah. Bard would have like really good flavoring in this game with the writing.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Necromancer. Yeah, Necromancer's a good safe bet a lot of times too.
Although usually like a couple rungs down the kind of like commonness ladder.
It's true.
All this class talk makes me think of the 10th class they're adding into Hearthstone. If you want some more class talk, just watch the Disco release. There's a whole lot of class talk in that.
It's true.
I'm still so pleased because like my biggest fear about it was the comment section. And like the theoretical possibility that there would be very spirited and lacking in information debates about why the game is bad for saying a thing. But no, all of them have been well-reasoned and very respectful.
Well, I mean, I feel like you hit a point of diminishing returns with that too when you get further in this series where, like, if it didn't happen then, it's probably not going to happen now unless it happens, like, a year from now and one very clueless person wanders into the comment section. Yeah. It's like, when you hit part, like, 20, the chance that you're going to get people being doinkuses is gone. Like, when I hit maybe part 15 in Dead Cells, all the comments stayed really, really nice and positive, and they were not right away.
Yeah, people who get mad at it have already
they go away
out by that.
Or they're shadow banned, one of the two. One of the two.
Yeah. I do wonder, like, if I just, like, un-shadow banned every person that I have shadow banned over the course of the history of the channel, would the comment section just suddenly turn back to crap? Are those people still around?
Yeah, I wonder.
Who knows?
Ranger, of course. There's no bow and arrow. There's no ranger. We just launched this game on PS4 yesterday. Ooh. That's cool.
Unfortunately, when I did my video on this game, it was still before they'd officially released it. So I didn't know what the final platform they were releasing on because they were teasing that it would be releasing on another platform on the same day. Turns out it was Apple Arcade.
But now also PlayStation's. How hyped are you for the specs of the PlayStation 5 that got released today? What do you think about the teraflops?
Not at all.
Let me tell you about the teraflops.
Baby, those teraflops are terrifying. I am in awe. I am living for those specs.
That SSD though? Ooh. Wig snatched.
It's the SSD of all time. It's the solidest state drive.
It's the most solid drive. What's the I feel like Etheron, you're here and you probably know this, or maybe Rhapsody, you know. What's the thing, the measurement for how solid an object is, how dense it is?
Mohs scale.
Mohs scale. It's the Mohs on that state drive. Whew.
Damn. They keep releasing them with Mo and Mo.
You think that the scale could get the number would get Mo? I can't. There's a joke there. It's 3 hours into the stream. I can't.
I tried to find it. You tried to find it. We both tried to find it.
It's 3 hours into the stream. It's 3 hours into the stream. There's no more jokes. This is when we just slowly taper off into the distance.
Mm-hmm. Until we dis. Which actually happens in about 4 minutes time.
Yeah. Pretty much. Oh. The rogue has an arrow shot. Well, there you go. Apparently there is a ranger. That does... I think that is like the other one that you do classically see though, like in a character creation. There's like an assassin that's a little bit more dagger focused, and then they'll, you know, if they have to throw in a fourth one, it's this one's the ranged person who uses not magic. Mm-hmm. That's usually what it goes.
It would be remiss of me not to say thank you very much, Silly, for the donation. That's absolutely incredible. Especially considering it's off of the back of possibly one of the worst puns I've ever told.
Thanks, Silly, for his donation. Instead of the stream ending, you should just run away. Thank you, Justice Tom, for the donation of knowledge. That is genius.
That's seriously incredible, Silly. Thank you very much.
Whoop.
I'm only getting the emerald scarab, and then immediately bouncing straight off the platform. So what is this and why is it not STS? Kidding, but really, what is this? So this is Roundguard. It's Peggle, if Peggle was both an RPG and a roguelike. If you're not familiar with Peggle, then Peggle is Pachinko by way of Breakout. I always, like, even in the window shopping episode that I did on this, I tried to say it I naturally just tried to say it as though I was just coming up with it the entire intro, despite the fact that, like, I'd pre-recorded it, I'd rehearsed it, and then I was re-recording it until I got it correct.
Yes, chat, that happens all the time. Especially the first episode of any new series or anything like that, you're watching the fourth or fifth take, probably. All the time on my channel, too. Oh, boy.
Alright. Looks like my character is getting ready for the next dungeon. We've got about 2 more minutes. I might be able to finish the next room. Silly single-handedly started a whole hype train.
Well, there you go.
Ari Disco Elysium. I've enjoyed getting to know you and your politics a bit more. I thought about things that I hadn't questioned before, so thanks for sharing. I can't imagine it's easy, but I appreciate you. It's out there. It becomes easier with things that, like, I'm more resolute about, and, you know, things that are outside of myself. But a couple of the times that it, like, cuts really close to the character, I'm like, ugh. Like, you can hear in, like, 30 seconds of silence where I'm like, do I say that? Do I tell that? And that's probably the hardest part of the series for me, is just that. But it's also incredibly rewarding and very, very affirming afterwards. So it's like all of them have resulted in good experiences. It's just the only hard part of that series for me. The only part is just like, do I talk about my familiarity with certain subjects?
I have died.
What's sorry to hear it. I will probably end this room quite soon. What would you say is probably the series of yours that's been most personal? is it a couch couple series?
Couch couple to an extent. I feel like I actually did a series on World of Warcraft that I think was the most personal, actually, which is weird. I did
what
that.
What was the format for it?
It was just like there was the new Demon Hunter class that came out, and I released it. I just started a new one of them, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. I just talked more about my actual background with games and everything a lot more, and just like, I don't know, playing something that I probably played more hours of that than anything else, and then just coming in and sharing it and never playing an MMO really on the channel or anything like that. It's weird, and then it's more more loose format. There's like a lot of grinding and stuff like that, so you just fill the space with being yourself more. There's less to talk about, where like roguelikes, they throw a new thing at you every 2 seconds. I could spit new facts or new combinations or thoughts about Gungeon items in my sleep at this point.
Yeah, same face, yes.
Yeah. But like when something is just grindy, that's when you really have to talk. You just start talking about yourself. But other than that, yeah. I don't know. Probably that one, I guess. Bug Fables felt pretty personal too.
It's not the one you would assume, but yeah, yes. No, it's got decent reason behind it.
Yeah. Bug Fables too, I think, just like, because I feel like there's something really vulnerable about putting something out that is so, my first series that I completed was Paper Mario, and because it's my favorite game, and there's something about putting out a series that's so wildly different, but is so just like exactly what you would, like it's probably one of my favorite games of the year. And it's just
like pseudo nostalgic.
Yeah, like pseudo nostalgic, just like kind of feeling. I don't know. It's very vulnerable. You feel like a kid trying to show off your toy, something like that. That too. But anyway, are you still on your run?
I think I'm pretty much done with this run. Like I could end up dying in this room, but this run is pretty much over at this point anyway. So I'm gonna tab over to camera with background. And where do I find the list of people who subscribed recently so they can? Oh, hang on.
That would be in Streamlabs, OBS.
And it is currently the 9th. Wait, hang on. This is not ordered.
Here, I'll do mine really quick. Thank you, Cage, Tolerate but Hate, and Duke. There, now it's your turn.
Thank you to Kate Shukin for the sub. Thank you to Dubs Wolf for the tier 1 sub for 5 months in a row. Thank you to Withered Creation for giving a sub to Sora. Thank you to someone named Sean for the tier Prime subscription. Thank you to Withered Creation for passing it forward to California Crow. Enjoy your emotes in the chat, and welcome to the Republic for each and every one of you. Thank you to the name is Jonas, Riddell22, Justice Tom, and Riddell22 gifting a sub to Gadgeteer Blue. Is there anyone you would recommend to raid at this point?
I don't know. I was gonna raid at the run, but he's here now, so I don't know what to do. I guess Woodsy's on. Oh, Lolash is streaming. Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah!
That makes that easy. We'll raid. Let's just both raid him then.
Wait, is Lolash streaming?
Oh wait, it says he is for me. Maybe he just stopped.
I think he just. You check.
It says he's streaming.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm raiding him.
Raid Flash. Thank you all very much for joining in for the stream for Reto and Rhaps quarantined live stream. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll next week.
Bye bye.